You're listening to Reading Fightin' Phillies Baseball on the R-Phillies Radio Network. Now, out to the ballpark with your broadcasters, Bob McCool and Jake Starr.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to FirstEnergy Stadium. It is yet another beautiful night in baseball town for another night of baseball. Reading Fightin' Phillies hosting the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Phillies at 25-27. The Cats are 20-29 after winning last night's game by a final score of 6-3. Alongside my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool, and we are joined by the manager of the Phillies for 2023, Al Padrique. Skip, before we talk about last night's game, let's talk about last series, which was the road trip to Harrisburg, where you won 4 out of 6. You play 500 baseball on the road, you're happy. You won 4 out of 6, and you got to be happy with that.
Bob, Jake, it's always nice to see you guys again. Definitely, anytime you go on the road and you played 500 or even above 500, that's a good road trip. I thought we played the good baseball. We did some little things, execute when the game counts. The bullpen was outstanding, and the starters, they went 5, 6, up to 7 innings, all kept us in the game, gave us a chance to score some runs, and we played great defense.
And you look at that Friday night game specifically, I think one of the more exciting games that I've had so far this season. You go against a guy, Mitchell Parker from Harrisburg, who is shutting down your lineup through 8 innings. You come out for the 9th. It's a 1-0 game because your pitching was so good that night. Barron Ratcliffe ties the game of the home run. You go to the 11th. Cody Roberts eventually has the go-ahead single to give you the win of that game. Just a game like that where the offense is kind of quiet all night. What's kind of the mindset of the group to kind of say, okay, you know what, we're only down 1 run, we're still in it, to get that big home run from Barron Ratcliffe and then go ahead and win the game?
Yeah, when you play games like that, anything can happen. You just got to stay positive. You got to stick to your plan, trust your plan, and sooner or later when you get a break, you got to be ready to execute and be able to come through, and that's what we did that night. Obviously, they started, you tip the hat to it sometimes. He was throwing the ball real well, and, through strikes, use the plate well, change speed, and our hitters, we just waiting for that moment, and Ratcliffe came through in the key situation. I think that inspired the rest of the team when we tied the game the way we did.
And so when you look at your overall record on the season, you are above 500 on the road, and then there's here, which you love being here. The players all love being here, but for some reason or another, the wins and losses are not to the favor on the home side. Have you been able to put a finger? I mean, obviously, if you could, you'd fix it, but is there something that you can say that is the reason why you've struggled so much at home?
No, I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, you just going to have to go out and continue playing the best you can. For some reason, yes, at home, where you should have a positive record, we haven't done this year. On the road, for some reason, we're playing well. I feel bad for the local fans because they all come out and support us throughout the year. But, hey, it's one of the things that happen in the season. We just have to stay positive. We still got some 7, 8 games left at home, so hopefully we finish up on a good note.
So you kind of put last night in the rearview mirror and you look ahead here, and I mean, I don't know how much you guys pay attention to the standings inside the locker room, but 3 games back of a playoff spot with 17 games left to play. Is there a shift in the mindset when you get towards September baseball when the playoff push starts, or do you try and kind of keep that same mentality that you've kept all season?
Well, I think the mindset changed a little bit. Once you're getting toward the end and you have a shot to go to the playoff, definitely that's where you show up in spring training February 20th or March 1st, whatever the date is to prepare for a long season. And when we talk to the players, we always talk about 140, 150 games plus the playoff and maybe a final game, which the mental part, when you want to build a winning tradition and you want to change the culture in the organization, for me it's huge when you start talking to the players about winning. What can we do to win games, to have a good season, winning season? And obviously when you get to August 30th and we're only 3 games out with 17 to go, we're playing for some meaningful games.
I think one of the biggest differences on this team is a piece of it that you made reference to on the road trip to Harrisburg, and that's the bullpen. You've had to make changes, obviously, throughout the roster. It's part of minor league baseball. But the bullpen, there's some holdovers from the beginning of the year, guys like Andrew Schultz and Keelan Kilgore, who are pitching better now than they were at the beginning of the year. Plus, you've infused some guys who were Jersey Shore at the beginning of the year, guys like Kirkering and Garnett and McCollum. All have come up, and when you've called on them, they've come through, and so it has to be a lot more confidence for you guys now in the dugout to know whichever guy you call on the bullpen, for the most part, they're getting the job done.
Well, definitely getting the addition of those guys that you just mentioned, Bob, it helped the other guys to relax a little bit and not feel the pressure that they have to come through every time they get the ball. So once you know you have 2-3 guys that can help you to establish the bullpen and give some of those guys that you'll be using a lot, like we did the first half, a little break, a little blow, and recharge the battery, and then we have a chance to finish strong. So I give credit to the bullpen. They've done a great job in the second half. Again, we're getting help. We got help from the lower level, and they have contribute, whether they're a pitcher or a position player.
And on the topic of pitching, the guy who gets the ball tonight for you in Mick Abel, he's coming off a start in which he went a career-high 7 innings, but only struck out 3 batters. Really pitched the contact a lot more than he had previously. Was there a concerted effort, whether it be with you or with Brad Bergeson, your pitching coach, to try and pitch more to bats as opposed to blowing it by guys?
Personally, I'd rather see guys pitching the contact. That's why you have defense. That's why you got to trust your defense. You got to trust the guy behind the plate. They will put the right fingers down, call for the right pitches. If you struck out, you have a night where you're going to strike out 7, 8 guys, great. But if you have a night that you can strike out only 1 or 2 and you keep the team in the game and give us a chance to win, I'd rather see that than the other way around when you come in trying to strike everybody out. That's when they start overthrowing the fastball. They rush themselves with the delivery, and they get in a lot of trouble. They throw a lot of pitches early in the count. Early in the game, they start going 6 or 7. They go only 4 or 5. So what I've seen or what we saw from Abel last outing, definitely he pitched. What I mean by that is he kept the ball down, used both sides of the plate, in and out, up and down, and he forced the hitter to put the ball in play. And again, he put the defense to work, and it was a good outing for him.
One of the guys I want to talk to you about, and we get a chance to talk with you each and every week, we talk about different guys. I don't know that we've talked about a guy who has been in your lineup almost every day, or banged up early in the beginning of the season, but Ethan Wilson. We talked about this last night. I said to Jake, there's a stat for everything in baseball, but I don't know if there's one for crashing into fences. But Ethan Wilson has to have led the league. He bangs into fences more, making catches. You usually talk about center fielders, and obviously with Johan Rojas, we did that about covering ground. But for a corner outfielder, he gets to more balls than almost any corner outfielder you'll see, and he has absolutely no fear in the outfield.
Well, I'll give him Wilson credit. Early in this year, he struggled a little bit with his jumps and routes. He's been working his butt off during batting practice, checking balls, working with Tyler Hansen a little bit in the outfield. And we feel that the second half he's done so much better, reading balls off the bat, get a good jump. And the one thing that he's also is learning is you have to separate your offense from your defense. Since he's done that, you can tell that he has more confidence on that field. He's throwing, I think he's getting better. He's a lot quicker, getting rid of the ball, throwing to the right base. So again, this is the kid, when he goes out, he plays 120 miles per hour. He reminds me of Mike Kroon. When they're on the field, they're between those lines, they play hard every time.
Something you didn't have for much of the season was left-handed presences, whether it be in your lineup, in your bullpen, in your starting rotation. Now all of a sudden it feels like this is a very left-handed heavy team. Your lineup tonight, I believe it's 5 or 6 lefties in the lineup tonight. I think you have 4 straight lefties at one point. You have 3 lefties in your rotation in Parkinson, Hendrickson, and Osterberg. You have 3 lefties in your bullpen. As a manager, what kind of luxury does that give you to now have that many left-handed options and really the ability to finally play matchups where you maybe didn't have that opportunity for the first 4 months of the year?
Well, I think as a manager, trying to find out what it tastes like, because I've been manager for so long that I would say that this is the first year when I have so many left-handed hitters or so many left-handed relievers in the pen. Obviously, it is a plus because then you can play your pieces and trying to organize. And I do a lot of matchups studies. I always look who's throwing from the other team, and I always look at right-handed hitters, left-handed hitters, who's doing what against particular guys. So obviously having that many left-handers in the lineup facing righties, hopefully there'll be a plus. We have guys that they can do a lot of good things in the lineup right now, and the team, I would say. So everybody's going to get a chance to play. But again, having 4 left-handers on the road, I think that's the first time in my career that I gained the luxury to sit back and watch him play.
I'm talking about one of those left-handed pitchers, and that's David Parkinson. Most fans want to talk about, and most media people want to talk about the guys who are top of the prospect guys. David Parkinson is not one of those guys, but he is a guy who, as a manager, you have to love, because every 5 days he's giving you everything he can, and he very much has become that veteran presence on a pitching staff in the minor leagues.
There's no doubt about it. He's one of the pitchers like the rest of the group. They all want to pitch. They want to pitch every day. But with this guy in particular, he's always ready. He shows up. He knows the thing that he needs to do in order to get ready, be prepared. He's a competitor. He's one of the guys when I walk on the field to take the ball away from him. He always gives me a hard time, a very respectful way, which I appreciate. That he wants to pitch, but he's done a great job, especially the second half. He made some adjustment with his delivery. He's been working with Brad, our pitching coach, on that aspect, and now he started seeing some result. I would say he's done a great job, and he's one of the guys who's been consistent out of the rotation.
And last one for me, you kind of look ahead of tonight. As I said, you put last night in the rearview mirror. You got 5 games left on this series before we wrap up the homestand next week against Portland. But anything in particular you want to see from this group over these next 5 games as you try and just continue to build momentum towards a hopeful postseason push?
For me, in order to build that momentum, we got to play the game the right way. We have to secure whether on the mound, play defense, run the bases, hitting in key situation. And if we do that for the next 5 games against New Hampshire, I think that we're moving on to the next series in good shape. We got to continue to win. We got to stay close with Portland, because the next series is going to be against Portland home. So that should be a motivation for the club, for everybody in the clubhouse. That if we stay close, it should be a fun series against Portland.
Last thing we'll ask you before we let you get back to the clubhouse is that along those lines, you always talk about the mantra is the beauty of this game is you get to play the next day and focus on the next day and don't think ahead, don't think behind. But at the same time, it's hard not to, at this point in time in the season, to not start to think about, look, if we could just take 4 out of 6 here and we could take 4 out of 6 there, how hard is it to keep the guys in the clubhouse focused on just win tonight's game and the series will take care of itself?
Well, when they start walking the clubhouse, I always say, hey, let's go, new day, play some music, relax a little bit. Let's worry and focus on what we have in front of us tonight. Don't worry about tomorrow or next week. If we take care of business on each night, and guys understand that one pitch at a time, one inning at a time, and we should be in good shape.
We're going to find out. We'll tell you a little bit about that left-handed lineup that the manager's running out there tonight when we come back from our break on the Reading Fightin Phils Radio Network. 6:45 is first pitch. The Phils and the Fisher Cats coming your way next. International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksareus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Phils.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Phils Fiesta Friday partner.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at FirstEnergy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you a front row seat to all the action at the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with a large see-through net. Starting at $34, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit rphils.com or call us at 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to FirstEnergy Stadium. Reading Fightin Phillies playing host to the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Fisher Cats with a win last night in Game 1 of this 6-game series here in Baseball Town. With a 6-3 victory, the Fisher Cats are now 20-29 in the second half, and the Phils now at 25-27. 3 games out of second place. That's the goal right now for the Phils, to try to get that second place berth locked up, and with that, if that holds up, could potentially get them into the postseason. Alongside my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. It is game time here in Baseball Town. It's time for us to take a look at our Golden Oaks Landscaping starting lineup for the visiting Fisher Cats. Alan Roden back in the leadoff spot tonight for New Hampshire. He got the game started with a home run last night. Miguel Geraldo will back him up in a 2-hole. Damiano Parmigiani bats third. Will Robertson bats fourth, and Rainier Nunez bats fifth. That's the way the Fisher Cats went last night, 1 through 5. Andres Sosa is behind the plate tonight for New Hampshire. Trevor Schwecke is batting seventh. Michael Turconi is batting in the 8th spot, and just recently called up from High A Vancouver, Devontae Brown will make his Double-A debut. He will be the designated hitter tonight for New Hampshire, and that lineup faces right-hander for the Fightin Phils, Mick Abel.
Mick Abel making his 20th start of the year, 4-5, a 4.66 ERA, 67 hits allowed across 92 and 2/3 innings pitched, 55 walks, 106 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting just .201 against Abel.
Fightin Phils wearing their home red pinstripes, and New Hampshire also donning red jerseys tonight with the gray pants. As Alan Roden steps in, Roden called up to New Hampshire from Vancouver on July 17th, and he's done well for the Fisher Cats, hitting at .325, including his solo home run last night to lead off the ball game, his 6th home run and 22nd RBI of the season. He had 2 hits in last night's ball game. First pitch from Abel is high for a ball. The second is there for a called strike as Abel misses with the fastball, gets the breaking ball over for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-hand hitting Alan Roden, one of 3 left-handers in the Fisher Cat lineup tonight against the right-handed pitching of Mick Abel. 1-1 pitch, swings and grounds it down the first base line, and Rickson Wingrove will make the play all by his lonesome on the 3rd pitch of the ball game, 1 out here in the 1st.
Mick Abel is coming off his arguably one of his best starts of the season, 7 innings, 2 hits, and earned run, struck out 3. Talked to Al Padrique in the pregame about how Abel just did a much better job pitching to contact. 8 ground balls to 5 flyouts last Wednesday at Harrisburg, and he said, yeah, it's just something that Brad Bergeson and Abel are trying to work on. Trust the fielders behind you that don't make plays, and that's what it did right there.
Speaking of which, the fielders behind him, Marcus Lee Sang is in left field tonight for the first time, but Darlos de la Cruz is in center. Ethan Wilson is in right, the guy that just made the first play. Rickson Wingrove is making his Reading debut tonight at first base. Oliver Dunn is at second. Casey Martin at short. Nick Ward is at third. Cody Roberts is behind the plate. Bit of a delay between the start of this at-bat now for Miguel Geraldo as he stands in, hitting at .280 after a 1-for-5 last night. And first pitch from Geraldo, to Geraldo, up and in, gets him ducking out of the way. Geraldo is a bit theatric, shall we say, at the batter's box, including at one point last night in one of his 4 strikeouts, simply just dropped the bat out of his hands and walked away. With 1 ball and no strikes as Mick Abel winds and delivers. Swinging and a miss at the fastball, 97 on the radar gun from Mick Abel, and he's now got the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, and that pitch that was up and into Geraldo, it's a curveball that Abel just lost arm side. Nothing more than that.
Right back with his 1-1 pitch, comes back with the breaking ball, and that's over for a called strike. Had Geraldo locked up there, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And those last 2 strikes from Abel, really good spots like Al was talking about, both of them right at about knee height.
1-2 pitch. Swing and miss. Strike 3 again on the breaking ball. Geraldo goes down swinging.
2 quick outs for Mick Abel, and now the question becomes, you look good so far, but a lot of times with, Abel and other pitchers this year, that 3rd out has seemed kind of elusive. So a chance here to get a clean first inning, which can, go a long way just for your momentum on any given night.
Damiano Palmigiani now stands in for the Fisher Cats and does not swing at the first pitch, takes it for a ball. Our game time temperature is at 74 degrees, an absolutely gorgeous night here in Baseball Town. Wind is blowing out to right field and pretty gusty at about 15 to 20 miles per hour as Palmigiani takes another one low, this time and inside. Weather broadcast from EPAW Weather Consulting, source for public and private forecasts in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and northern and eastern Maryland. 2-0 to the 3-hole hitter Palmigiani. He swings at the 2-0 pitch, lifts it straight up in the air. Nick Ward will give it chase, but the third baseman will run out of room as it is headed for the 67 club and out of play. It's 2-1 now to Palmigiani, hitting at .247 on the season after a 2-for-5 night last night. Fisher Cats came out smoking last night, had 5 hits in a row to begin the ballgame and scored 4 runs in that first inning. And that one at the letters for a strike 2 now to Palmigiani. And McAble has come back now to work the count to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield plays Palmigiani around to pull, and not very deep as he slaps this one the other way and out of play. Palmigiani does have 18 home runs on the year. Left fielder Marcus Lee Sang and center fielder Carlos De La Cruz are not that deep. Again, there is some wind blowing out to right field, so maybe that's part of the thought process that they're going to take a little bit more to get it out to left field. So it's 2-2 yet to Palmigiani. That one's inside, and the count is now full. Looked like a slider that didn't just quite break the way Abel wanted it to, and it stayed inside. Abel fastball, curve, slider, and change. The change is a work in progress. Doesn't throw it a whole lot. 3-2 pitch. Ripped foul and out of play. That was the fastball. Palmigiani was all over that, but way out in front of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the only spot Palmigiani could have put it. It was probably 3-4 inches in on the plate, so no matter how really far he waited, probably really couldn't do much. He crushed it, though. It hit it 384 feet foul, 105 miles per hour off the bat.
He does have outstanding power. 24 doubles to go along with his 18 home runs. One of those doubles in last night's game. 3-2 pitch. This one lifted straight away to center field. Carlos De La Cruz will drift to his left and make the catch. And a harmless 1-2-3 inning for the Fisher Cats. We'll take a break. We come back to Baseball Town. The Fightins will bat for the first time.
Gear up for Fightin' Phil's season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store at FirstEnergy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selections of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading Hot Dogs gear, plus throwback, black, R-Train, R-Phil's attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Fans, nothing beats a great day at Golden Oaks Golf Club. Located just minutes from Reading, Golden Oaks is a beautiful, award-winning golf course open to the public with perfect greens, lush fairways, and a course playing for 5 sets of tees. Bogey's Pub is open to the public with the area's best full-course menu, featuring indoor and outdoor seating and TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Let the Golden Oaks Golf Club team cater to your need. Lunch, dinner, golf outings, parties, company events, and fundraisers. Visit our website at GoldenOaksGolfClub.com and follow Golden Oaks Golf Club and Bogey's Pub on Facebook. Golden Oaks Golf Club, where great memories are.
Here is the Golden Oaks Landscaping starting lineup for the hometown Fightin' Phils. Nick Ward will lead off. Carlos De La Cruz in the 2-hole. Oliver Dunn bats third. Ethan Wilson in the cleanup spot tonight. Barron Radcliffe is the designated hitter and batting 5th tonight for the Fightins. Marcus Lee Sang will bat 6th. Casey Martin 7th. Rickson Wingrove will bat in the 8-hole, and Cody Roberts will bat 9th. And that lineup facing right-handed pitcher Miguel Dominguez, whose first pitch to Nick Ward swung on and lifted straight up in the infield. Third baseman Palmigiani calls for it, waits for it, and squeezes it for out number 1 for Michael Dominguez for 1 pitch, 1 out here in the first.
5th start for Dominguez with AA New Hampshire, 1-0, a 3.18 ERA. 10 hits allowed across 17 innings, walked 9, struck out 20. Opponents hitting just 179 off Dominguez.
Just a number that jumps out to me is in the 17 innings he's pitched, he's surrendered 4 home runs. Only has given up 10 hits on the season in his 4 starts so far, and 4 of those 10 are home runs as Carlos De La Cruz stands in and takes the first pitch for a strike. Right back with the second, and that too is a called strike as he comes with a slider that catches the outside corner. Dominguez fastball, cutter, slider, and change. And he's quickly ahead of Carlos De La Cruz. No balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander back with the next pitch, and that's a bit high, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to De La Cruz, who's hitting at 266 on the season. 21 home runs, been kind of stuck at that for a little while now, as with the RBIs as well at 59. 1-2 pitch, he's way up high, it's 2-2.
You're at a point where you feel like Carlos is overdue to get on another one of those hot spells. And look, if he wants to save it for the last 3 weeks of the season, there's really no better time to do it, considering the position Reading's in a postseason push.
2-2 pitch, ripped into left field, and turn and say goodbye. Carlos De La Cruz with a bolt over the left center field fence, and the Fightins jump out on top.
All right, Bob. Well, I'm going to put the headset up here and go become a psychic.
Why don't you give me the lottery numbers for tonight if you're going to predict?
Not the lottery, the 50-50 numbers.
Well, all right, that's fine.
But he gets a off-speed pitch at 81, bottom of the zone, and he, barreled it up. 423 feet, 109 off the bat. That was a no-doubter. Hits first home run in 13 days.
So let's make that 11 hits surrendered by Michael Dominguez, and 5 of them now are home runs as Oliver Dunn stands in. Oliver 0 for 3 last night with a walk, but still hitting at 276. And the first pitch to him is low for a ball. Left-hand hitter, and one of a multitude of left-hand hitters in Al Padrique's lineup tonight. If you got a chance to hear our pregame show, we kind of kidded with the skipper about his multitude of left-handers. He's got 6 lefties in his lineup in tonight's game, facing a right-handed pitcher. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dunn, and he'll take that one outside. It's 2-1.
Also, Carlos De La Cruz now takes the team lead in home runs, and Oliver Dunn right behind him. Maybe he'll tie him up right here.
And that one's inside. It's now 3-1. Yeah, I mentioned that in last night's game. That I don't think maybe in the first couple of days of the season somebody got ahead of Carlos De La Cruz, but for the most part, since the first homestand, Carlos De La Cruz has been the team leader in home runs. Dunn had pulled even with him. Now Carlos back in front with 22 home runs to Dunn's 21. Swing and a miss there for Oliver Dunn. Now the count is full to the 3-hole hitter. Dominguez winds and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Dunn is retired. Second out of the first inning.
And, you wonder, too, because you saw Ward swing early in the at-bat. De La Cruz aggressive, too. You wonder if the approach maybe changes a little bit today to be more aggressive early in counts. You struck out a season-high 18 times last night, so kind of, be more of the aggressors like Ethan Wilson right there on a foul ball, as opposed to kind of letting the pitcher come to you and letting the pitcher control the count.
So Ethan Wilson lifts one foul and out of play down the first baseline. 0-1 pitch is up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. So in addition to loading up his lineup with left-hand hitters, it also, you look at the American flag on the top of the left center field scoreboard, it's blowing straight out to right field to their advantage. And with that, Wilson lines this one to right field, but right at Trevor Schwecke, who'll make the catch for the 3rd and final out. But the Phils jump out on top. 1 run on 1 hit. It was the De La Cruz home run. And after 1 in Baseball Town, it's the Fightins 1, Fisher Cats nothing.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job, everything for us from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Our Phil's fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phil's mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's Classic Ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy.
Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania, located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring. The Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information. Top half of the second inning, Will Robertson leads it off, and he drives one deep into right center field. De La Cruz goes back, looks up, and it is on the Redner's Event Center porch, and that quickly, with one pitch into the second inning, we are now tied at 1-1.
Well, that didn't take very long at all. Will Robertson got a fastball pretty much center cut from Mick Abel, and he deposits it onto the deck of the Redner's Event Center. 104 off the bat, 379 feet, and just like that, we're all tied up.
15th home run of the year surrendered by Abel, and the 14th home run of the year for Robertson. And that'll bring Rainer Nunez now to the plate in a brand new ball game. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 98 on that fastball from Mick Abel. This one fouled straight back, and he quickly gets ahead of the 5-hole hitter, Rainer Nunez. No balls and 2 strikes. Nunez had a 2-run single in that 4-run first inning last night for the Fisher Cats, hitting at 228 on the season. 30 RBIs now on the year, as he rips this one right at Casey Martin, who all he had to do was get his face out of the way of it and catch it for out number 1.
Well, it's always nice in the scouting report. Pays off perfectly. Line drive right to Martin. I don't think he moved either of his feet.
Yeah. Casey, where do you want to play? How about right here?
Well, it worked.
That'll bring up Andres Sosa, the catcher tonight for the Fisher Cats, hitting at 256 as he stands in and takes that one for a called strike. Sosa with 9 extra base hits on the season, all of them doubles. The 0-1 pitch coming from Mick Abel is a bit high. The count now even at 1-1. Sosa called up from Vancouver at the end of June. 257 in 20 games for the Canadians, high A affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays. 1-1 pitch, takes for a called strike. It's 1-2 now. Abel better control of that fastball than we've seen at some times here at FirstEnergy Stadium. This one lifted down the first base line and slicing towards and over the Phil's bullpen. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Andres Sosa. That one misses way outside. The count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kevin Manzuk calling the balls and strikes tonight. Brian DeBrouwer is at first base. Evan Johnson is at third in our 3-man Eastern League umpiring crew. 2 balls and 2 strikes to catcher Andres Sosa. Breaking ball that he ducked out of the way of, but unfortunately for Sosa, it was a bit high, and so now the count is 3-2. Abel, who just turned at 22 a couple weeks ago, a week and a half ago to be exact. Winds with his 3-2 pitch. This one lifted into left field. Marcus Lee Sang broke in. Now he breaks back, but he's got room, and he'll make the catch before the warning track for out number 2.
Really good recovery speed from Lee Sang. Didn't get the best read initially off the bat. Kind of darted in at first, but has really good wheels and left. So he was able to dart back, recover quickly, and make the catch.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen Marcus in left field since his call up from Jersey Shore, predominantly playing in the center field spot. That'll bring up Trevor Schwecke. Schwecke in an RBI double in last night's game. Takes the first pitch from McAble over for a called strike. His 13th double of the season, his 29th RBI of the year. Schwecke hitting at 265 on the year for the Fisher Cats. Abel's 0-1 pitch. Big swing, no contact. The Schwecke swings over the top of the breaking ball. And he's quickly in a no balls and 2-strike hole, which will force him to take a walk around the batter's box and call timeout. This one hit in the hole. Diving stop by Nick Ward. Gets up across the diamond in time for out number 3. Fine defensive play by the third baseman, Nick Ward, to end the second for the Fisher Cats. 1 run on 1 hit, and we are now tied. We get back to Baseball Town, bottom half of the second inning. New Hampshire 1, Reading 1.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Our Phil's Fiesta Friday partner.
The Reading Fightin' Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about.
After the crazy hot dog vendor entertains in between innings, the Fight Phil's will bat here in the bottom of the second. Presented to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, just outside the city of Lebanon. Baron Ratcliffe leaves it off for the Phils. After a 3-for-15 road trip to Harrisburg, Barron had the night off last night. Big left-hander stands in, facing Miguel Dominguez, and takes the first pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. Barron at 219 on the season, 7 doubles, 7 home runs, and 17 RBIs. Dominguez winds and delivers his 0-1 pitch. It's up and in for a ball. Radcliffe to be followed by Marcus Lee Sang and Casey Martin for the Phils here in the second. Of course, manager Al Padrique putting that lineup together. He's coaching the third base box. Ray Ricker in the first as Baron Radcliffe turns and drives one deep to right field and say goodbye. The Phils are right back on top as Baron Radcliffe clears the pool deck in right field.
Oh my goodness, clear the deck, Baron Radcliffe. All-speed pitch that was right down the middle, and Baron Radcliffe made Michael Dominguez pay and even took a second. A little bit of a Ryan Howard-esque bat drop and an admiration of the home run. 109 off the bat, 409 feet. Man, I'm going to bet that might have been a little bit further, too.
Yeah, the question was whether or not whether the first fence was going to keep it in, but whether the brick fence on the other side protecting Center Avenue was going to catch that one or not, and I'm not quite sure exactly where that landed. That one may be somewhere on 61 as Marcus Lee Sang stands in. The first pitch to him is a ball, and the second is over for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. And we have talked with Baron Radcliffe about his approach at the plate, his look at the plate, the way he kind of stands there. He has that Ryan Howard-esque stance to him as he waits for the pitcher. It's a timing mechanism, and he kind of embraces that. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and he hit one, just like the big piece used to do here in Baseball Town. Marcus Lee Sang chases one up out of the strike zone. That's a swing and a miss, and a strike number 3 and out number 1 here in the second.
I mean, there's home runs, and then there was that. That was a moonshot. Like I wonder if we're at Citizens Bank Park right now, and there's a second and a third deck. I think that one may have found the second deck, like over like where that Toyota sign is in right field and that auxiliary scoreboard. I think it may have cleared that.
That'll bring up Casey Martin, and Martin takes the first pitch over for a called strike. Yeah, we mentioned early on that the wind was blowing out to right field. That didn't matter. That one, the wind could have been blowing in, and that still had enough to get it out. So Phils are now up 2-1. It's been a home run extravaganza so far tonight. All 3 runs scoring by way of home runs. 2 for the Phils with De La Cruz and now Radcliffe putting ones out of the ballpark. Will Robertson with the home run for the Fisher Cats. 2-1 Phils on top. 1 out here in the second, and 1 ball and 2 strikes to Casey Martin, who had a night last night with the bat in his hand he'd prefer to forget. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. And he fouls this one a lot back to stay alive here in his first at bat of the night. Casey hitting at .207 on the season with 5 home runs and 16 RBIs. Swing and a miss, and there's another strikeout to Casey Martin. Second strikeout of the inning and 3rd of the night now for Dominguez. That'll bring up Rickson Wingrove, making his Reading debut. This is his 4th game in the lineup since his call-up from Jersey Shore on August the 21st. 101 games for the Blue Claws at .246 with 15 home runs. Looking for his first double-A hit as he stands in. And the big lefty from Australia takes one up for a ball. 6'4", 260 pounds is Rickson Wingrove. 1-0 pitch coming from Dominguez. Big swing, no contact, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike.
Wingrove, not the only Australian on this team. Josh Hendrickson, the other active member. Robbie Glendenning, who's on the 60-day injured list, also a native of Australia.
Wingrove swings and misses at that pitch, and now he'll call time as he's in a 1-2 hole. Wingrove did play on Team Australia in the World Baseball Classic. And in 5 games with Australia, he was 6 for 16 with a home run and 7 RBIs.
Social media, he called it one of the most rewarding experiences of his life.
1 ball, 2 strike count. He fouls this one back. He'll be right up there with his first double-A home run. Just saying.
I'm trying to take a page out of my book.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Wingrove. Takes that one outside. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Defense behind Dominguez. Alan Roden is in left. Will Robertson in center. Trevor Swecki is in right. Rainer Nunez is at first. Miguel Geraldo at second. Michael Turconi at short. Damiano Palmigiani at third. And Andre Sosa is catching. And that's over for a called strike 3. And ultimately, Dominguez ends up striking out the side, but not before Baron Radcliffe takes him deep. 1 run on that 1 hit. And 2 complete in Baseball Town. It's the Phils 2, Fisher Cats 1.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi, and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Phil's 2, Cats 1, as New Hampshire comes to the plate here in the third inning. And Mick Abel almost got taken out by a teammate as they were throwing the ball around the infield. Nick Ward threw it to Mick Abel, who apparently wasn't looking. And the ball ultimately rolls harmlessly to the dugout, but not before Abel had a duck out of the way of it. And he'll hope for better things here in the third inning, as Michael Turconi will be the first one to bat against Mick Abel here in the third. And the first pitch to him is up high for a ball. Turconi playing in his 15th game in a Fisher Cats uniform after being called up from Vancouver. 1-0 pitch to the left-hand hitter is over for a called strike. Turconi was 2 for 3 in last night's game, including his second home run in a Fisher Cat uniform. Hit 7 home runs and hit .299 for Vancouver before his call-up. This one is lifted foul and out of play. His 2 hits last night give him now 10 at Double-A, 10 for 44 since his call-up. Pittsburgh native, a Wake Forest product. 1 ball and 2 strike to him. Started and stopped, and no, he did not. They'll say he went around. They appeal to third base umpire Evan Johnson, who rings him up. And so that will be strikeout number 2 for Mick Abel, and out number 1 here in the third. I'll bring up Devontae Brown, who is making his Double-A debut for New Hampshire, just called up from Vancouver. Actually got the call yesterday, but because of the travel distance from Vancouver to here in Reading, it took him that long to get here. And he is in the lineup today and batting in the 9 spot, and he rips the first pitch he sees, and he's got himself 1,000 batting average as he finds the gap off the left center field fence on a hop. And Devontae Brown on his first pitch in Double-A lines one in the gap for a double. And he is in scoring position, representing the tying run here in the top of the third inning, and the top of the order, and Alan Roden will bat. Devontae Brown at Vancouver was hitting at .240, but he did have 14 home runs, so he's obviously got some pop. And he shows that there as he lines one in the left center field gap for the double. I'll bring up Roden, who grounded out his first time up. Ground out to first baseman Rickson Wingrove. Cesar Martin, the manager for the Fisher Cats in his 3rd season with New Hampshire and coaching in the third base coaching box. Chris Schaefer at first base for New Hampshire. First pitch to Roden is lined into right field. Closing quick is Ethan Wilson, and closes on it fast enough, and it will not allow Devontae Brown to tag up, as it was right at Ethan Wilson for out number 2. So Brown hit it hard, but right at the right fielder for the second out of this third inning, and that'll bring up Miguel Geraldo, as now Abel is 1 out away from getting out of any further damage here in the third. 2-1 Phil's on top. Geraldo struck out his first time up. And he beats this one fouled on the third base line. Abel seemed to have some success the first time Geraldo batted with the off-speed stuff. Again, Abel features both a curve and a slider to go along with his plus fastball that's consistently 97, 98 here at on the radar gun at FirstEnergy Stadium. Started with that off-speed pitch that Geraldo fouls away. Abel takes a look back to second, comes with his pitch. It's on the outside corner for a called strike. That's the fastball. Geraldo thought it was outside, but it's now no balls and 2 strikes to Miguel Geraldo. So Geraldo now has struck out in 5 consecutive at-bats here since getting a single to start this series for New Hampshire. Abel will try to add to that right here. No balls and 2 strikes. That one's inside. Geraldo started to step into the pitch, thinking it was going to be that off-speed pitch, and got the fastball in and had to lean out of the way of it. Now it's 1-2. defense plays the right hand hitting Geraldo pretty much straight away. Abel takes a look back to second, comes with his 1-2 pitch, curveball, and it's inside. Again, he had Geraldo ducking out of the way of that breaking pitch. And now it's 2-2. So clearly Geraldo is not picking up that breaking ball out of Abel's hand, as he's thinking it's coming at him, and it's breaking either over the plate or in that case just inside. So now the count is 2-2. That one's low, and now the count is full. Abel has not yet walked a batter. As Jake said, his best outing in a Fightin's uniform his last time out in Harrisburg, when he went the longest he has gone in a Reading uniform, was 7 innings, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 4 walks. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Miguel Geraldo. Up high, ball 4. So now 2 on and 2 out, and the dangerous Damiano Palmigiani will come to the plate for the Cats. Palmigiani flew out to center field his first time up. Again, among the Eastern League leaders in home runs with 18 and in RBIs with 70 as he stands in. Fouls that one off his foot on the fastball. Devontae Brown, the runner at second, he doubled. Miguel Geraldo, the runner at first, he walked. 2 outs, top half of the 3rd inning, and a 2-1 Phil's lead. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball and a beauty, and he locked up Palmigiani on that one. Now it's 0-2. That's definitely the curveball from Abel. Tries to get it a chase outside on the slider, but Palmigiani lays off. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one's in the dirt. Cody Roberts knocks it down. Both runners started and then stopped. And fortunate for the Phils that they stopped, because once they kind of stopped, Cody Roberts could pick up the baseball that rolled a couple feet away from him. And so both remain at first and second. The count now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Palmigiani. That one also in the dirt. Now the count is full. So suddenly Mick Abel having a little bit of control issues. Walked his first batter in Geraldo. Now he gets the count 3 balls and 2 strikes to Palmigiani. Palmigiani, an interesting story. Born in Caracas, Venezuela, but grew up in British Columbia. 3-2 pitch. Runners take off, and this one's lined into center field right at Carlos De La Cruz, and that will take care of the Fisher Cats in the 3rd. Mick Abel pitches out any further trouble for New Hampshire. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. 2.5 complete. It's 2-1. Phil's on top.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Humane Pennsylvania is an innovative national leader in animal welfare with adoption centers, accredited nonprofit veterinarian hospitals, emergency animal rescue services, community pet assistance programs, and a free community dog park. At HPA, we are passionate about going the extra base to keep your pets healthy and happy at home with you. With a variety of services and different ways and times to access them and variable pricing,
Humane Pennsylvania is here to provide your pets with exceptional care how, when, and where they need it. Visit humanepa.org for more information.
The Enersys Power Alley Pub features a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, private bar with bartender, 2 rows of seats, bar stool seating, and 4 cafe tables. The pub provides your party a private area to enjoy the ball game away from other fans. The Enersys Power Alley Pub may accommodate groups of 40 to 60 people. Enjoy socializing with your group and watch the game with a unique vantage point.
We head to the bottom half of the third inning, and if you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Alongside Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCoy. You're listening live on the Reading Fightin Phillies Radio Network and are watching us live on MILB TV. Thanks for doing so. As the Phils lead it 2-1, batting here in the bottom of the third, Cody Roberts, the 9-hole hitter, to be followed by the top of the order, Nick Ward and Carlos De La Cruz due up for the Phils. And Cody Roberts with an awkward first swing, but comes up empty. Roberts at 225 on the season, 11 doubles, 5 home runs, and 14 RBIs. Cody pitched hit last night in the 9th inning, went 0 for 1. Slapper to the right side. Geraldo, the first baseman, ranges to his right and gets the pitcher covering for out number 1 here in the third.
That could have been a tough play, but a nice job by Nunez, the first baseman, to field that and quickly kind of get it flipped over. He wasted no time trying to, was I going to go to the bag? Was I going to toss it? But, I mean, also credit to Dominguez, too, for getting over there quickly.
So that'll bring up Nick Ward, who swung at the first pitch of the ball game for the Fightins and popped it up in the infield to third baseman Palmigiani. And he takes the first pitch this time up for a ball. This is game number 13 for Nick Ward since his promotion from Jersey Shore. 3 guys in the lineup tonight who began this season playing for the Blue Claws. Actually 4 with Casey Martin as well. Marcus Lee Sang and Rickson Wingrove all began this season at High A Jersey Shore. Now 2-0 to Nick Ward. Make it 3-0. As Dominguez misses outside. Dominguez has not yet surrendered a walk. Actually, let me correct myself. It's 2 balls and a strike, and that one's up high. Now it's 3-1.
So we're kind of becoming the Reading Fightin Blue Claws.
That's
which,
true.
Granted, is the case every single year when they're the team directly beneath you. Before COVID, I guess we would have been the Reading Fightin Threshers the second half of the year once all the guys from Clearwater come up.
What a phenomenal season the Threshers have had. There's a swing and a miss to Ward. It's 3-2. They were unbelievably dominant in the first half of the season, and they are still leading their league in the second half as well. They're looking for the sweep on both halves. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Nick Ward, and that's outside, ball 4. Dominguez first walk surrendered, puts Nick Ward on base with 1 out here in the third, and I'll bring up Carlos De La Cruz, who drove one over the left center field fence his first time up for his 22nd home run of the year. That takes us to today's Phil's team leader, brought to you by Cross Country Mortgage Loan Officer Johanna Arias, and that is Carlos De La Cruz with that team leading now 22nd home run of the season. Today's Cross Country Mortgage Loan Officer Johanna Arias, Phil's team leader. You can call her at 484-554-9969, or you can email Johanna at johanna.arias@myccmortgage.com. First pitch to De La Cruz, misses for a ball. Nick Ward takes his lead off of first. 1 out, bottom half of the third inning. De La Cruz ropes this one down the third base line, but hooking just foul. Foul by maybe a foot and into the Fisher Cat bullpen. And Ward was off and running, would have scored easily, but everybody's got to come back.
Well, I can tell you, Carlos De La Cruz is certainly seeing Michael Dominguez well tonight. Pitch that Dominguez is going to be happy that landed foul. It was a hanging breaking ball right down the heart of the plate. De La Cruz hit it 107 off the bat. And like you said, is inches from being an extra base hit and scoring Nick Ward probably.
So instead it's 1-1 now to De La Cruz. Then Ward takes his lead off of first. That one's way up high. It's 2-1. Jake mentioned that Mick Abel coming off his best start as a Phil. Probably the same for Michael Dominguez. The series against Binghamton went 5 2/3 innings, gave up just 2 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Here's a pickoff attempt. Nick Ward dives back without a problem. In the meantime, it's 2 balls and a 1 strike to the batter, Carlos De La Cruz. Another pickoff attempt, and again, Ward dives back without a problem.
Second disengagement. Worth noting, Nick Ward 3 for 3 stolen bases in his time with Reading so far. So knowing that Dominguez can't throw over, we'll see if that lead grows a little bit.
Big swing, no contact from De La Cruz on the high fastball. And Dominguez is not going to blow a whole lot past hitters, 92, 93. So he's going to have to spot that fastball. It's now 2-2 to De La Cruz. Ward does take off, and it's outside. The throw down is not in time. So Nick Ward picks up the stolen base. He's now in scoring position. And the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes to Carlos De La Cruz.
Stolen base number 4 for Nick Ward, and chose a great pitch to go on. It's been heavy off speed from Michael Dominguez, and that's what he went to on that 2-2 offering.
So the count now full to De La Cruz with a runner in scoring position. And that's over for a called strike 3. De La Cruz didn't think so. He thought it was outside, but he's rung up for out number 2.
That was certainly very borderline, but home plate umpire Kevin Mandzuk said it got the outside corner to De La Cruz, so 2 outs in the inning. We'll see if Oliver Dunn can pick his teammate up.
5 strikeouts now for Dominguez. Oliver Dunn, one of those strikeout victims, his first time up, stands in. And he lifts the first pitch into foul territory. Long chase for the catcher, Andre Sosa. He'll run out of room. So lands just beyond the third base dugout. It becomes a scramble for the baseball in the box seats. Oliver Dunn, team high of 77 RBIs, among the Eastern League leaders in that category as well. As Nick Ward takes his lead off of second base, 2 outs now here in the third. Fouled straight back. And it's 0-2 now to Oliver Dunn. He'll call timeout. Phillies and the Fisher Cats back at it tomorrow night, 6:45. Tompkins Plaza opening up at 6 o'clock. Phillies and Fisher Cats will be here right up until Sunday here in Baseball Town. Then everybody will take Monday, Labor Day off, and then the Phillies will stay home to take on the Portland Sea Dogs beginning on Tuesday night. 0-2 pitch. Up high for a ball. So Oliver Dunn now stands in on a 1-2 strike count. Facing 23-year-old right-hander Michael Dominguez. That one's over for a called strike, and Oliver Dunn cannot believe it, but he is retired, and so are the Phils here in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. 3 complete. It remains the Fightins 2, Fisher Cats 1.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. In just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you with their classic game program, all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player roster, and front office staff. It also includes feature stories and alumni reports on all of your favorite guys who spent time in Baseball Town. Visit ourphils.com/programs to check it out.
We head to the fourth with the Phils on top 2-1, and it's time for Jake Starr to take over the play-by-play.
Thank you very much, Bob. 2-1, Reading leads, top of the fourth. As the man responsible for that lone run, Will Robertson, will step on in against Mick Abel, inning number 4 of work. First pitch, over for a called strike, 0-1. You want some 50-50, Bob?
Nah, I'm good. I'll wait till it gets up a little higher.
It's a little higher. We're at 10:25 right now.
That's true.
Pretty good for the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. It's down and in for a ball, 1-1. Robertson, as we said, homered his first time up. The lone run tonight for New Hampshire. They have 2 hits as Devontae Brown doubled in his first Double-A at-bat last inning. Able to tall righty, comes set and fires. Swung on and grounded past the first base coach's box. It's 1-2. Robertson's home run is 14th of the year. Overall, he's a .235 hitter, 48 runs driven in. This is 93rd game with Double-A New Hampshire. Abel's 1-2. That one is swung on, crushed, but it's foul. It'll go a long way foul out towards the parking lot. Hopefully it avoided my car, most importantly. All 2 strikes, no outs in the top of the fourth. 2-1, Reading has the lead. McAble toes the first base side of the rubber. And the righty will fire home. Down and away with the ball. It's 2-2 on a fastball from Abel. Mick up to 52 pitches tonight. Abel, the Phillies' number 2 overall prospect. 2-2. Swinging a foul ball on a breaking pitch. It pounds off home plate and goes behind the dish. Count stays even at 2-2. Abel coming off a strong start last week. Career high 7 innings on the road at Harrisburg a week ago tonight. Gave up just 2 hits and an earned run. Struck out 3. 2-2. Swung on off the end of the bat, foul. Left side, it stays 2-2. Abel so far tonight through 3+. Just a pair of Ks. Also has issued a walk. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the lefty Robertson. Abel will fire home. That's down and in. The count runs full. It's 3-2. Another full count worked by these New Hampshire hitters, this time by Will Robertson. 3 balls and 2 strikes with nothing away in the top of the fourth. Reading holds on to a 1-run lead. Abel will wind and deal home. And it's on the inside corner. A called strike 3 with an off-speed pitch. That's strikeout number 3 tonight for McAbel. Out number 1 in the fourth for Rainer Nunez.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the edge of the corner. Robertson did think it was a strike. We've had several batters on both sides who have walked away questioning a little bit in terms of pitches at or near the corners, but it depends on your perspective. If you're McAbel, you think, well, I caught some black. If you're the hitter, you think it's outside.
First pitch to Rainer Nunez, misses inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Nunez 0 for 1 tonight. Lined out to the shortstop, Casey Martin, back in the second. A ball in which Martin didn't move 1 step either way. Ball was hit literally right to him. 1-0. That's down low. It's 2-0. Nunez, who drove in his 30th run at the Double-A level last night. A .227 hitter, 6 home runs. 2-0 offering. Curveball, swing and a miss. It's 2-1. Game 2 of a 6-game set between Reading and New Hampshire. Fisher Cats already have won the season series over Reading. They lead 13-6. 2-1. That one swung on. Hit well towards left. Lee Sang started back darts in, and the left fielder will make the catch. And that is out number 2.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know how much Marcus Lee Sang played left field in Jersey Shore. Again, he is predominantly a center fielder, but he's had a little bit of trouble and some balls hit right at him tonight. He's made the catches, but he's kind of taking a step in instinctually as opposed to back, and ultimately had to take a step back to make that catch.
Tondra Sosa steps up, 2 down in the 4th. The first pitch is up for a ball. It's 1-0. So, I mean, it was a good sample size. 37 games in left this year for Marcus Lee-Sang. Played 39 in center, 15 in right. So, pretty well versed at all 3 outfield positions should Lee-Sang be. The next pitch is down for a ball. It's 2-0, but hasn't played left field in a while. He came in as a defensive replacement late in a game last week at Harrisburg, played in left field. But aside from that, tonight's his first start, at least at the AA level in left field, 2-0. That's upstairs, 3-0.
Yeah, and we've learned now with the conversations we've had with Al Padrique this year, and that's just kind of part of the game of baseball today, and especially with guys developing along, they want to see them play at all 3 outfield positions as many times as they can.
3-0 inside. Sosa back, and it's ball 4. Second walk issued by Abel tonight. It's a 2-out variety. And it's a base runner for Trevor Schwecke in the top of the 4th. And, I mean, it just makes you a more valuable player, too. I mean, you look at a guy like Carlos De La Cruz. He's played all 3 outfield spots and first base. Ethan Wilson, I mean, pretty much every outfielder on this Reading team, I don't think plays just one spot. I mean, you look at Madison Stokes, he plays 7 spots all over the field.
And the same with Matthew Kroon before his call-up.
Radcliffe, too.
Right. Matthew Kroon played all 3 outfield spots and obviously played a lot of third base in his time in Reading, but that's what made him more valuable in the Phillies organization because he could play a multitude of spots. And it's just, again, it's the nature of the game anymore. You might be a corner outfielder or have the ability to play center field, one or the other.
Here's the pitch to Schwecke, ground ball towards third. Ward will field on a couple of hops, throws across, it's in time. And that will retire the side in the 4th. No runs, no hits. 1 left for the Fisher Cats through 3.5. Fightin's up 2-1 on the Phillies Radio Network.
The Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
When the Reading Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Chick-fil-A, Pizza Como USA, Railroad House, Why Missing Restaurant and Bakery, Jersey Mike's Subs, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Bakery, Subway, and Clean Eats for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners. Don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet, photos, and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phils mascot band. Regular season tickets start at $33 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
Bottom half of the 4th inning. It's a 2-1 ball game. Reading has the lead. Ethan Wilson will lead things off for the Fightin' Phils. 4-5-6 slated to come to the plate against Fisher Cats starter, the righty Michael Dominguez, 5'10", 175-pound righty. His first pitch home. Wilson will swing and hit it straight back just to the right of the broadcast booth and hits off the stanchion that overseeds the press box up here. You were ready, Bob. I saw you had the arm out.
Sprung to action.
Sprung to action. I didn't react at all because I knew it wasn't coming back here. 0-1. Wilson jam shot in on the hands. Fly ball out towards right. It's hit pretty well. Schwecke goes back at the edge of the track. He'll make the catch for out number 1. And for a ball that didn't look like it was hit that well, had some carry. Wind still blowing decently out towards right for out number 1.
Yeah, it's also a tribute to the strength of Ethan Wilson for him to hit a ball as far as he just did that was that far in on his hands, but still strong enough to drive that almost to the track in straightaway right field.
Baron Ratcliffe will dig in, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Ratcliffe hit a solo home run his last time up. First pitch from Dominguez. That's upstairs. It's 1-0. Home run extended Ratcliffe's hitting streak to 4 in a row on a ball that he just clobbered. I think it may have ended up on Route 61. Here's the 1-0. Ratcliffe this time fouls it straight back. That was on line with us, but a little bit too high, and the count's 1-1. We have not had any opportunities this year.
Nope.
We got 10 and a little more than a half games left.
Hot dogs, yes. Baseballs, no.
Well, the hot dogs are trying to throw them at us.
Well,
The
yeah.
1-1's outside.
Well,
It's
you don't know
2-1.
they're not trying to hit the baseballs at you, for that matter.
Well, yeah, it's a fair point. I'll have to ask tomorrow. Hey, can you guys pepper us a little bit? Give us some chances. I'll bring my glove tomorrow. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out to Ratcliffe. Here's the pitch. Up the letters 3-1. Where I worked in 2021, Saugerty Stallions of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. Anthony Pignetti's actually neck of the woods where he grew up. Our broadcast booth was a straight line, like almost maybe 10 feet off the ground. 3-1 is in tight. Ratcliffe walks. So he's aboard twice tonight. Second walk for Dominguez. But just trying to picture it, if you're here, say you're 10 rows up, no protection on the windows, no net, nothing. You're maybe 25 feet from home plate up the third base side. So every time a lefty came up, the glove came on because of a lefty. It was a very viable possibility that a lefty could sting one right at you.
Absolutely.
And the fact that we didn't get any in the booth all summer is, honestly, thank heavens, because it's, you hope we make a play, but it's pretty much it's a rocket from home plate to there. So we're a bit more protected up here, about 30 rows deep. First pitch to Marcus Lee Sang is fouled off to the left side. It's 0-1.
The booth to our left has been getting pelted of late, but not directly at us.
And nobody's been occupying that booth either.
It's an empty booth. But it's rattled off the plexiglass a number of times.
Ratcliffe fouls the 0-1 back. It's 0-2. Remember, I think it was 2021 at Somerset. I forget the name of the broadcaster. It was before the current cohort was in Somerset now. So whoever was the previous broadcast media relations director, here's the 0-2, and it is down the middle for a called strike through on a breaking pitch. And Lee Sang goes down on strikes. That's 7 strikeouts tonight for Dominguez. 2 outs. Here's Martin, but line drive straight back to the booth. Caught the ball on the fly.
Well,
and while calling the game.
Then there was the infamous one earlier this season with the Yankees broadcaster John Sterling, who still apparently uses a stand-up microphone. I didn't know anybody uses those things.
I think the Rays broadcast crew, they use stand-up mics too. Casey Martin swings and misses 0-1.
And he came back and hit his microphone, hit him. And he just didn't move.
Well, I think he goes, ow, like on the air. That hurt. No balls and a strike to Casey Martin with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Upstairs for a ball that's 1-1. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Runner on first is Baron Ratcliffe. He worked a 1-out walk. Running leads 2-1, looking for more. As Michael Dominguez will come set at the belt. Brady will kick and fire home. Outside for a ball, 2-1. Martin's 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out swinging in the second. Yet to record a hit this year against New Hampshire, so still looking for that elusive first base knock against the Fisher Cats. 2-1. Martin's under it. Fly ball behind home plate. The catcher Sosa's off with the mask. He has it sized up, but the ball had other plans. Goes about 4 rows deep. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You hear that noise too?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that noise is.
I don't think it's anything in stadium.
No, because they wouldn't make that noise during the pitches.
Especially when we have other stuff playing over the.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that noise is coming from.
Well, I think it stopped. No, I think I hear it very faintly. Anyway, 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs to Casey Martin. Dominguez will ready at the belt. Here's the pitch. Outside 3-2. Well, put the investigative cap on and let's figure it out.
Let's go track it down.
If anyone has any tips on what it could be, call us here at the Phillies. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ratcliffe will be off on the offering with 2 outs. Dominguez ready at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Casey Martin goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. 8th punch out for Dominguez. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left for the Fightin. We'll go to the 5th. Reading 2, New Hampshire 1 on the Our Phil's Radio Network. Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka, High Noon Sunsips, Catay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Carl's Cards and Collectibles, Humane Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, Apis Services, Supportive Concepts, and Affordable Home Care. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other culture elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at ourphils.com, or at the Customers Bank ticket office. To honor the 275th anniversary of Reading, the Our Phils will play as the Reading Keystones on Thursdays and select Tuesdays in 2023. Tuesdays are brought to you by Coatesville VA Medical Center. Join us for 11 Keystone Throwback Thursdays, thanks to Burke's Career and Technology Center, H&F Heating and Cooling, and Rip It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Come celebrate the 275th anniversary of Reading and enjoy some great baseball on Throwback Thursdays in 2023. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at ourphils.com, or at the Customers Bank ticket office. Top of the 5th inning, our score, Reading 2, New Hampshire 1. Jake Starr, Bob McCool, thank you for joining us so much here on the Our Phils Radio Network. Mick Abel returns for inning number 5 at work. 65 pitches for the Phillies' number 2 prospect.
We almost had an incident with the vegetable races. Instead of Evil Candy, it was almost Evil Casey, because Casey Martin came out of the dugout late and almost ran right into the vegetable races running by.
First pitch to Michael Turcone's upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Turcone's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out swinging back in the 3rd. Abel, the 6'5 righty, will fire home. Swing and a miss, 1-1 on a fastball at 94. Abel making his 4th start against New Hampshire this year. So certainly plenty familiar with this Fisher Cats lineup. Here's the pitch. It's at the knees for a ball. It's 1-2. Excuse me, at the knees for a strike. It's 1-2. And I think Turcone may have disagreed with that, so I'll step out, call time. Also, train. I don't know what the nearest railroad is to here. I hear that the Reading Railroad's fairly popular. It's on the Monopoly board, so you have to figure. Here's the 1-2. It's upstairs, 2-2. You a big Monopoly player, fan?
Fan, yeah, but not a big player. I didn't play it a whole lot in my time. Just took too long.
That is true. 2-2. Swung on, grounded past the first base coach's box. It's a good game to play Friday night. You got nothing to do. You eat dinner, sit down at like 8 o'clock. If you have 3-4 hours to kill. We play at home a lot. I love the game, but I hated playing because my dad would always win. And he took no mercy. So what are you going to do? 2-2. Swinging a miss, struck him out. Out number 1, strikeout number 4 for Mick Abel in the 5th. Devontae Brown, the batter. That was every game at home. Monopoly, especially checkers. He was really good at checkers. Well, still is really good. Chess, lots of backgammon. Once we got to the digital age, Words with Friends was a big one. Never played Scrabble. We played Words with Friends, so it's basically the same thing. Devontae Brown will dig in from the right side. 1 out in the 5th. Abel will wind and fire. Upstairs, 1-0. Then my grandma was still is a huge Monopoly fan. I haven't played with her in ages. I think I might need to, after the season's over and I have some time.
There you go. You have a little bit of time coming up in a couple weeks.
Break out the Monopoly board, 1-0. Really nice off-speed pitch that gets the inside corner, 1-1. But see, like when I played her, there always was a chance that I could win. And then my dad would show up. 20 minutes later, the game would be over. It's not fair. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. And then there was always a debate, and I don't know if it's appropriate for you to chime in here. I don't know your Monopoly knowledge or not, but the free parking debate where whenever you land on the income tax one, you put your money in the middle, and then whoever lands on free parking collects the money. I've met some people that down for a ball it's 3-1. Some people who say when you land on free parking, it doesn't matter, it's just a free space, and other people who say, no, like you get to collect money then. So, I don't know. Pay taxes, get some money back.
There's no such thing as free. You got to pay for everything.
Nothing's free. 3-1. That's a line drive towards the middle, dropping in, but Casey Martin will track it back, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. My dad also just texted me and said thank you for the game compliment. Glad to know that he's listening.
That's right. And especially you're going to talk to us nice about him and tell him how he wins all the time.
Well, I mean, it's annoying. So
facts are facts.
No, facts are facts. Still don't like it.
It's a good play, by the way, by Casey
That
Martin.
was a really good play.
And something that Al Padrique talked about in the pregame show today. And with
Roden will take first strike.
With Ethan Wilson and not taking the bat into the field with you and focusing on defense. And Casey Martin struggling a little bit with the bat, but not taking the bat with him out on the field and making a nice play at shortstop.
0-1. Upstairs for a ball. It's 1-1. Abel looking for a 1-2-3 frame. Would be his first since the first. He's issued a pair of 2-out walks the last 2 innings. He's had 77 pitches for what it's worth. Bullpen is quiet. 1-1. Swung on and fouled. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
What I've liked about Abel, among other things tonight, is the 2 walks that he surrendered, both of them coming with 2 outs, and he ultimately got the next batter out and ended the inning. So both of those walks were harmless walks to him.
Andrew Schultz will start to stir around in the Phillies bullpen. Here's the 1-2. Outside 2-2. We got to think if Abel gets this batter here, he's back out for the 6th. Unless,
for sure.
Like Schultz, it makes sense to get ready should a rally ensue. But see if Abel can get this last strike here. 2-2, 2 outs. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Ball hit the dirt. So Roberts will step out and flip it to first. 5th strikeout tonight for Mick Abel. Roberts and Wingrove finish the out. And that'll retire the side in the 5th. 3 up, 3 down. We're halfway home from Baseball Town. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Reading 2, New Hampshire 1. For top flight local jobs, go with who you know. JP Mascaro & Sons are a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, M-A-S-C-A-R-O, for details. Work for an established, local, family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Rickson Wingrove will lead things off for the Fightin Phils. They lead 2-1 over New Hampshire. Jake Starr, Bob McCool. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Our Phils Radio Network. 8-9-1 set to come to the plate against Michael Dominguez, who's been solid tonight. Aside for a couple of solo home runs. The only mistakes he's made tonight. First pitch to Wingrove will take outside. It's 1-0.
Strikeouts, again, are concerning for the Phils. Of course, last night, season high of 18 strikeouts. Ricky Tiedemann, to a starter last night for New Hampshire, was phenomenal with 11 of those 18, and they got 8 already tonight.
Wingrove will take outside 2-0. Andrew Schultz is up and throwing in Reading's bullpen. Not pitching yet. Abel's at 81 through 5.
Yeah, I would think they would give Abel at least a chance to work into the 6th.
Here's the pitch. Wingrove swings and misses 2-1. It could be because he's not pitching yet, he's just throwing, so it could be a have Schultz ready for first sign of trouble type situation, which Abel has done a really nice job avoiding much trouble tonight. 2-1. Wingrove will foul it straight back, and that net wasn't there. That one's coming right for us.
Yeah, that one had a shot.
2 balls and 2 strikes, no outs to Rickson Wingrove, who's 0 for 1 tonight. Still searching for his first AA hit. Tonight, his 4th start for the Fightin' Phils. Here's the pitch. That's outside. It's 3-2. Wingrove was promoted to Reading back on August the 22nd. Played 101 games with Jersey Shore, where he was a .246 hitter, hit 15 home runs, 63 RBI. 3-2. Upstairs, ball 4, so he'll get aboard. Leadoff walk for Rickson Wingrove, 3rd overall, issued by Michael Dominguez. Then I'll bring the 9-man Cody Roberts to the plate for the Fightin' Phils. Roberts 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out to the first baseman, Rainer Nunez, his first time up back in the 3rd. Top of the lineup up next after Roberts, the 9-man. Into the stretch goes Michael Dominguez. Here's the pitch. Top of the zone, it's 0-1. Roberts 0 for 1 a night ago. He struck out in the 9th inning. Pinch hit for Max McDowell. Here's the 0-1. Roberts will swing and miss. It's 0-2. So Cody Roberts quickly down in a hole against Michael Dominguez, who's, as we said, looks solid here in inning number 5 of work. Here's the pitch. That's outside. It's 1-2. Roberts had a big go-ahead single in the 11th inning last Friday night at Harrisburg. Gave Reading a 2-1 win, eventually in 11 innings. Currently down a ball and 2 strikes here to Michael Dominguez. The righty will come set of the belt and fire home. Swing and a miss, and Roberts goes down on strikes. 9th strikeout tonight for Dominguez. That matches a season and career high. Done that 3 times. Most recently, his last start against Binghamton, where he struck out 9 across 5 2/3.
Dominguez kind of dropped down a little bit more of a sidearm delivery with that slider. Got a little bit more bend on it or break on it, and got Roberts to chase out of the zone.
So here's Nick Ward. First pitch is up and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Nick Ward, who's 0 for 1 tonight, popped up to the 3rd baseman Parmigiani to lead off the bottom of the 1st. Walked his last time up. The pitch swung on, fouled straight back, and man, we're getting close. That
Zeroing in on us, Jake. They're hearing us talking about him, and they're trying to see who can get the first one. Kind of back to the beginning of the year when there was a conversation going on as to who could get the first one in the pool. Now they're talking about who can get the first one in the booth.
We've got a pool, event center, scoreboard. Need to get one in the booth now. 1-1. Ward will take it outside, 2-1. Nick Ward, local product, grew up in Kennett Square, went to Unionville High School, and played his college ball a year at VCU, then the rest of his career at Westchester University, about 50 minutes from here. 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. It was really cool today. Had the Phillies game on during batting practice, and Bryce Harper in the 8th inning hit a, at the time, go-ahead home run, 300th his career, and it was cool to see like Nick Ward kind of like throw his hands up in the air and kind of give a little bit of a fist clench. You know, someone who's said he's a diehard Phillies fan growing up, so it's always super cool to see that. 2-2. Ooh. Ward will take up and in. Though Pioffi swung, Evan Johnson, the crew chief, will say no swing.
And Nick Ward almost leaned right into that fastball. He's expecting something off speed from Dominguez and got the fastball up and in and almost leaned right into it.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Bottom of the 5th. Reading leads 2-1. The pitch. Ward will foul it straight back and stay alive, 3-2. Something we asked Ward about a couple of weeks ago. What was it, what's it like playing in your hometown organization? He said, when I signed back in December, it was certainly a really emotional moment for me. The goal growing up has always been to win a World Series with the Phillies, and now I have the opportunity to do that. 3-2. Ward will fight one off foul to the left side. It stays full. Ward spent 2016-18 at Westchester, won a Division II National Championship in 2017. Actually one of 2 players on this Reading team to have Division II National Championships. Tommy McCollum with Wingate in North Carolina back in 2021 being the other. 3-2. Ward swings and misses at a fastball upstairs. He's down on strikes. 10 strikeouts tonight for Michael Dominguez. 4 2/3 innings. That's a new season and career high. And there's 2 outs in the inning for Carlos De La Cruz.
So quietly, Dominguez is putting together a night very much like Tiedemann did. Now, he had 11 strikeouts in 3 2/3 innings. But nonetheless, now 10 strikeouts for Dominguez.
De La Cruz will dig in with the runner on first and 2 outs. First pitch. Swung on in on the hands. It's fouled back. It's 0-1.
And you look at a guy like Dominguez, he's not a big guy, 5'10", 175 pounds. He's not going to overpower anybody. Fastball in the low 90s. But again, it's proof positive that you don't have to throw 98 to get hitters out.
Here's the pitch. That's outside. It's 1-1. Andrew Schultz does continue to throw in the Phillies bullpen. As we said, Abel just had 81 pitches. But not sure if maybe after Abel went 93, 7 innings last week, maybe there was some sort of a limit.
Schultz looks like he's throwing with a purpose now.
Here's the 1-1. Down low, 2-1. So the guess would be maybe there was some sort of a limit. Maybe it was, whether it was 5 up and downs or 80 pitches, because he's at 81. Put on Abel before this start. Just, try and manage the innings as the season grows later and later. 2 balls and a strike to Carlos De La Cruz, the pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. It's 2-2. That would make the most sense, I feel like.
Yeah, and again, it's also about learning to pitch and developing as a pitcher. And another strong outing for Abel, if in fact he is done, giving up just a run in 5 innings. So it's another solid night tonight. And he did. Again, it's about not just striking guys out. He's getting guys out, not trying to rack up strikeouts.
2-2. De La Cruz is jammed and fouls it back. It stays 2-2.
But that's, we've talked about this on a number of occasions because I think it's a predominant story for Mick Abel and this team, which is his still developing an understanding of how to pitch the professional level. You're talking about a guy who could just throw it 97, 98 miles an hour. You get everybody out in high school at that level, but as you go up the chain in professional baseball, you got to have more than that.
2-2. De La Cruz hits one in the air out towards center. Not well. Robertson, the center fielder, tracks in. He'll make the catch, and that'll retire the side in the 5th. No runs for Reading in the inning. No hits. They leave 1. We will go to the 6th. Andrew Schultz will come in. We'll be back after this on the Phillies Radio Network.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Our Phillies fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phillies mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Top of the 6th inning, 2-1, and as we alluded to before the break, there is a new pitcher in for Reading. It's Andrew Schultz. Schultz' 34th game, 1-3, a 5.94 ERA, 40 strikeouts and 28 walks across 36 1/3 innings pitched. 2-3-4 due up for New Hampshire. It starts with Miguel Gerardo. 3rd time through the lineup for the Fisher Cats. The first pitch from Schultz is down for a ball. It's 1-0. So that concludes the night on Mick Abel, and it was another really strong outing for the Phillies' number 2 prospect. 5 innings, 2 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. I think 2 walks to 5 strikeouts, that's a number you can be really happy with as well if you're Mick Abel, too. Of course, 2 hits and an earned run. Same number of hits and earned runs in back-to-back outings. A lot to be happy about these last 2 weeks for Mick Abel. Here's the pitch. That's a slowly hit ground ball right at the mound. Schultz barehands it, steps, throws, and got him. What a play by Andrew Schultz. Tried to play it with the bare hand and does it successfully. I mean, how many times you see a pitcher try and go for the bare hand and it go in and out of the hand? That time it just stuck right to him.
Yeah, and Schultz kind of pirouetted on the mound after his delivery and had to kind of regain his position and then go get it. And to your point, made the barehanded play, and that was probably the only way he was going to get Geraldo, is to make it with his bare hand and make the throw. It's an outstanding adjustment by Schultz to go get it.
First pitch to Damiano Parmigiani will be fouled off. It's 0-1.
And that was something that the team was working on tonight, or this afternoon before the game. The pitchers on the mound and Al Padrique hitting little tappers out in front of the plate one way or another, making them make the play off the mound and then making the play at first base.
0-1, swing and a miss, it's 0-2.
Practice makes perfect.
PFPs, pitchers fielding practice. See a lot of it in spring training, and of course Reading tries to at least once, if not twice a week, get the pitchers out, and whether it's working on pickoff moves or fielding their position. Here's the 0-2, down low for a ball, 1-2. Al Padrique, who Bob has alluded to, and has told Al, the fungo master, very good with the
magician. I never
fungo
saw him
bat.
hit one the wrong way. I mean, every time everybody hits a fungo bat, at some point in time you hit it somewhere where you shouldn't. You want to hit it on the ground, you hit it in the air.
1-2, hot shot, and that's through the hole on the right side on the line for a base hit to right. So it's a 1-out single for Parmigiani, the first hit for New Hampshire since the top of the 3rd inning, and that'll bring the cleanup man Will Robertson to the plate. But when Al does hit one that is an ideal, it's a line drive when it should be a ground ball, he makes it very clear he's not happy with himself. Always profusely apologize to whatever player he was hitting to. But it's an art, and it's really cool to watch on a daily basis. Here's the first pitch, and it's up and away. It's 1-0.
In addition to which, we've seen him, he does it in a number of different fashions. He'll do it with him throwing kind of up in the air and hitting it just like everyone else does it. We've seen him hit it off a tee. We've also seen him have one of his assistant coaches, usually Ray Rickard, toss it to him and hit him, almost like a soft toss fungo style. That one's a new one. That one's one I never saw
I've seen
before.
that one a lot more this year than usual. 2 balls and no strikes to Will Robertson. As Schultz, the righty, toes the rubber against the lefty Robertson. He's homered tonight. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs, 3-0. It's cool because during BP, they set up nets at first, second, third to kind of protect anybody behind there. They also set up a net in shallow center where one of the pitchers, usually a starter, will kind of sit and be the guy who, you funnel the balls back into. He's quote-unquote on the bucket. 3-0 is in for a called strike on the corner, 3-1. I know Griff McGarry would do that often when he was here. But Al will a lot of times, and there's a break in the action, he'll try and fungo one in the air and get it to just land underneath that net. 3-1, swing and a miss, 3-2. He's pretty good. Brad Bergeson will do it along with Al. Bergeson, still a work in progress, but it's getting better. And every time Bergeson gets one, it's always, drops the bat, super happy. I got one. I'm done for the day. I'm not doing any more. 3-2. The runner goes, and it's swung on and fouled straight back. But Al, rarely will he miss one on one of those. And it's tough because you got to get it up in the air. You don't want to hit it too deep, and you got to get it just over that protective netting because if you hit it too short, you're going to hit the netting. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out to Will Robertson. Top of the 6th, 2-1 Reading lead. Schultz is ready at the belt. Here's the pitch. That one just misses down and in. It's ball 4, so after retiring the first batter, Schultz is allowed a walk and a single in consecutive at-bats. First walk issued by Schultz. That'll bring Rainer Nunez up to the plate with 1 out.
We've also seen Al Padrique shag fly balls in the outfield with a fungo bat. which is not, customary. Most people have a glove. He doesn't. He has a bat. He'll pick the balls up and then hit them back into the bucket.
Cody Roberts will step out in front of home plate, deliver signs in case if a bunt is laid down with runners on first and second. So Rainer Nunez will dig in. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Line out and a fly out in his 2 previous at-bats. Schultz will check on the runner at second. First pitch home, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Both runners get their leads, neither being held on. Wingrove way off the bag at first. Stunned the second baseman, shaded towards the second base bag. Almost as far over as you can get with the shift restrictions. Schultz will fire. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Same pitch, same spot at 88. And off speed, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Nunez will step out and call time. Sun is set, lights in full effect from America's Classic Ballpark on what is a beautiful evening. 73 degrees, clear skies, no precipitation, barely any humidity. The 0-2 swung on, ground ball, Ward slides, flips to Dunn for 1, a throw to first is dug out by Rickson Wingrove. What a play. 5-4-3 equals 2, and that ends the inning. No runs in the inning on a hit, no errors, but a very impressive play by Nick Ward, and 1 left on base. We're through 5.5, Reading up by 1 on the Art Phil's Radio Network.
The Reading Fightin' Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to the ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Golden Oaks Golf Club, PA Army National Guard, Culligan Water, Aspen Home Improvements, and Rip-It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $56 when purchased in advance. Join us for Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at all Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Looking for the place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin' Phil's game? Look no further than Capital Blue Cross Funland. Capital Blue Cross Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini golf, ring toss and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next Our Phil's game at Capital Blue Cross Funland.
Oliver Dunn will lead things off in the bottom half of the 6th against a new pitcher for New Hampshire in Adrian Hernandez. The righty will get set to deal to Oliver Dunn. The first pitch way outside for a ball. 33rd appearance for Hernandez. 2-2, a 5.08 ERA. 39 innings pitched, 28 hits, 41 walks, 46 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .201 against the righty, who's in his 33rd game. The next pitch to Dunn misses down. It's 2-0. Hernandez in for Michael Dominguez, who was solid tonight. 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. Both of those runs and hits were long home runs. 2-0. And Dunn will pound one foul past Ray Ricker in the first base coach's box. It's 2-1.
Yeah, so those kind of that odd numbers for Dominguez I mentioned at the beginning of this game, and they continue tonight. So he gives up 2 hits, and both of them are home runs. So he's given up 12 home runs now in 5 starts, and 6 of the 12 hits are home runs.
2 balls and a strike. Outside 3-1. He walked 3. He struck out 10. Second straight night that a Fisher Cats starting pitcher has recorded 10 Ks. Last night it was Ricky Tiedemann with 11 3 2/3. 3-1. That's down ball 4. Oliver Dunn works himself a leadoff walk. his 73rd of the year. He's second in the Eastern League in that category. And that'll bring Ethan Wilson to the plate, running up 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th.
Time to make them pay, Jake.
Ethan Wilson will dig on in from the left side. Running up by 1, they would love some insurance runs here. Of course, your pitching's been great, but some more support never hurts. Wilson will swing and hit a little nubber. That goes foul down the third base side. It's 0-1. Wilson 0 for 2 tonight. Did have an RBI last night. It's in his last 3. Looking to extend that here. Down to the count, 0-1 against Adrian Hernandez, the righty. 0-1. Off-speed pitch just off the outer edge. It's 1-1. Wilson overall last night was 1 for 4, scored a run and doubled. Also struck out a pair of times. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss from Wilson. It's 1-2. Nice size lead for Dunn off first. 14 for 19 in stolen bases this year. Was caught stealing last night. See if Alpadrique tries and gets Dunn's wheels off and moving. 1-2. Wilson will shoot one foul, this time past Alpadrique in the third base coach's box, who kicked his way out of the way of that.
Yeah, you don't see Ethan Wilson going a whole lot the other way, but that would have been huge. That would have been a whole lot of trouble down that third base line.
Left fielder Alan Roden plays straight up, pretty shallow. And then Robertson and Schwecke both play in the pool, so very large gap in left center field. Here's the pitch. Wilson will shoot it the opposite way again. Count stays 1-2. Pitch that was on the outside edge of the plate. So it stays a ball and 2 strikes with no outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Wilson, the lefty, against Adrian Hernandez, the righty. Hole, wind, and fire. Wilson will fight it off again on the third base side. This time it rolls in front of the New Hampshire dugout. Reading with their 2 home runs tonight. They're up to 38 on the month. They enter tonight in a neck-and-neck tie with New Hampshire at 36 for the most in the league for the month of August. New Hampshire, of course, has 1, so Reading now a 1 home run lead in that category, the 1-2. Outside, off the glove of the catcher, Sosa. Up to second goes Dunn. He'll make a turn and stop. That'll likely go down as a pass ball against Sosa, his 10th of the year.
Yeah, it did indeed rule a pass ball. He kind of boxed at it a little bit. I don't know, he must have gotten crossed up. There's the answer to the question because he's headed out to the pitcher's mound. So clearly it must have been a cross-up between catcher and pitcher. Just the way he kind of reached out at it and kind of boxed at it. That's why it hit off his glove and rolled all the way to the backstop. And Oliver Dunn, to his credit, he busted it down, kind of looped his turnaround just in case. If Sosa didn't go after it hard or didn't find it right away, Oliver Dunn thinking, you know what, if just in case, maybe I get 2 out of this.
So now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes with no outs to Ethan Wilson. Bottom of the 6th, Reading leads 2-1. Here's the pitch. Down low, it's 3-2. That one hits off of Sosa, goes out in front of the plate, so Dunn goes to third. That'll be a wild pitch this time on Hernandez.
Well, now you really have to make him pay. Now you got a man on third base and nobody out. And again, looks like a little bit of a mix-up again with Sosa just blocking that. Really had no shot at that, but I don't think he was expecting that pitch to be inside, and it was not just inside, but it was low and into dirt. Oliver Dunn was off on the pitch.
Infield up with Dunn on third. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs to Wilson. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air well, towards left center. Roden and Robertson go back. Roden, the left footer's there. He'll make the catch. Dunn tags. The throw will go home, but be not in time. It's an RBI sac fly for Ethan Wilson, and the Fightin' Phils lead at 3-1.
That's just good baseball. If they're going to give you a run, which is what they're doing, a walk, a pass ball, and a wild pitch puts a man on third base, you've got to make them pay for that, get him home. And Ethan Wilson does the job, gets the ball in the air. It's an easy sacrifice fly and an RBI. Number 55 for Ethan Wilson. Yep.
Pair of fives for number 2. So here's Barron Ratcliffe. He's homer tonight. First pitch is outside. It's 1-0. Like we talk about the home runs, Reading now a 1 home run lead. They're at 38 for the month of August. Just like their friends in the Phillies.
Yep, 59 in the month of
That's
August.
what they'll finish with. Day off tomorrow. Ratcliffe will take on the inside corner for a called strike. And so Reading's 12-11 in August. A win tonight will guarantee them a winning month for the first time this season. 0-1. Down low for a ball, 1-1. It's been a strong month for the Fightin' Phils. They have catapulted themselves into a playoff conversation. They sit 2 games beneath 500 in the second half. They have themselves in a really good spot here with 2.5 weeks to play. Next pitch misses down. It's 2-1. And of course,
all they have to do is win at home.
Well, you have 10 more at home after tonight before 6 at Binghamton to finish the season.
A confounding 19-38 on the season at home are the Phils going into tonight.
34-29 on the road for comparison. 2-1. That's down. Actually, it was 3-1. So that's down ball 4. Ratcliffe works a walk. Second one of the inning. Issued by Hernandez. 1 out for Marcus Lee Sang.
It's good patient at bats tonight now for Radcliffe after hitting that bomb in the first inning. I think they're just trying to be a little extra cautious with Barron Radcliffe. And so if they're going to be a little bit extra cautious, take a couple of walks, and he has.
So Marcus Lee Sang will dig on in now from the left side. First pitch is way upstairs from Hernandez. It's 1-0. So Reading's at 147 home runs so far. Entered tonight 3rd in the league in homers. Puts them on a pace for about 165, give or take, depending on how many you get on any particular night. But 165 is the number they pace for going into today. 1-0. Top of the zone, it's 1-1. Reading all of last year hit just 119 home runs, which was last in the Eastern League.
Yeah, I saw that in your notes today. That's mind-boggling.
Well, it wasn't a team last year that hit for a lot of power.
Obviously.
Well, speak the obvious. 1-1. Lee Sang hits one in the air, well out towards right. Schwecke goes back. He plays it off the wall. Going towards second, Lee Sang. Hold slide in safely. Ratcliffe up to 3rd. And it's a 1-out double for Marcus Lee Sang. That is his second double in a Reading uniform, and Reading has runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out for Martin.
That has to feel good for Marcus Lee Sang because he's in a little bit of a funk after going 1 for 17 on the road trip to Harrisburg and then striking out his first 2 times tonight. So that had to feel good to barrel up that ball, and he smoked that ball off the Redners Event Center.
102 off the bat, went 358 feet from Marcus Lee Sang. Mound visit here, Drew Hayes, the pitching coach for New Hampshire.
Nobody's up in the bullpen, so this is nothing more than to just settle his pitcher down. And Hernandez hasn't just been hit in this inning, but he's also been, obviously with the 2 walks, he's been wild, but he's also had a couple of pitches go away from his catcher. So clearly Adrian Hernandez has been a little bit off tonight in terms of his control. And that might be as much as anything just to settle him down a little bit here to try to avoid any further damage. At this point in time, you've only given up the 1 run. They'll bring the infield up.
Infield up, 1 out for Casey Martin. Bottom of the 6th, Reading leads 3-1, runners on 2nd and 3rd. First pitch, swing and a miss, it's 0-1. Martin's 0 for 2 tonight, couple of strikeouts. Still looking for his first hit against the Fisher Cats in 2023. Adrian Hernandez will ready at the belt, deal home. Swung on, and that is a ground ball fielded by the third baseman Parmigiani with a dive. A look, all the runners back, and the throw across is in time. An excellent play from Parmigiani, steals a hit away from Casey Martin and keeps 1, if not potentially 2 runs off the board while still getting the out.
Yeah, and for Barron Radcliffe, it was just hit too hard, and he had to freeze on the spot. Excellent play by Parmigiani. As Jake said, that takes a base hit away from him and 2 RBIs away from Casey Martin. And now for Hernandez, a chance to get out of this inning now with 2 outs.
So the infield can play back. Runners still get their leads off second and third. Rickson Wingrove, the batter. First pitch, outside, it's 1-0. And I think, too, if Ratcliffe was off further, they totally have him out at home, or at least he's in a rundown.
I was just thinking the same thing. If Baron Radcliffe breaks for the plate, they got him because that was hit hard.
And the thing is, if you're Ratcliffe, going back to the obvious decision like he did,
right?
Because if it gets by him, you score easily anyway. 1-0, swing and a miss from Wingrove. It's 1-1 when chasing after a low pitch. Ball and a strike to Wingrove. Walk and a strikeout tonight. Still in search of his first hit at the AA level. Batch from the left side against the righty Hernandez. He'll fire home. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Wingrove, 6'4", 260 pounds. First baseman from Newcastle, Australia. 8-man of the Art Phil's lineup. Has runners leading off second and third. 2 outs in the 6th. Reading by 2. Here's the pitch. Outside, it's 2-2. 28 pitches here in the inning for Adrian Hernandez. Both bullpens quiet, so it looks like Andrew Schultz will get the 7th for the Art Phils. Here's the 2-2. Outside, it's 3-2. Nobody on first, so the runners will not be off on the pitch. Should Wingrove reach, whether it's via walk or a hit, Cody Roberts, the 9-man, awaits on deck. Roberts 0 for 2 tonight. 3-2. That is just outside. Ball 4. Great take from Wingrove. A whole walk for the second time tonight. And it's the 3rd walk of the night and of the inning for Adrian Hernandez. Now, yes, an arm did just get up, but he just, literally just got up. So Cody Roberts will be Adrian Hernandez's batter here with 2 outs.
I believe that's Fitz Stadler, who's now wearing 45. He's the ever-changing numbers of Fitz Stadler.
Upstairs for a ball, it's 1-0.
He's actually pretty easy to identify because he's 6'9".
He's playing a game like
helps.
Uniform roulette at this point.
Yeah, exactly right.
Roberts took the first for a ball, it's 1-0. Here's the pitch. Down low, it's 2-0. Cody Roberts 0 for 2 tonight. He bats with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Reading leads 3-1. Adrian Hernandez comes ready at the belt. Here's the 2-0. That's outside. It's 3-0.
Think there's a take on, Jake?
I think it's a safe assumption here.
He's missed essentially, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 6 in a row.
2 balls and 1 strike.
It's 2-1. Okay. Well, then forget the take. He's not taking. He's swinging if it's a strike.
Hitters count. 2-1. Swung on, ground ball. Diving stop from Parmigiani at third. His throw to first is dug out by Nunez on an excellent stretch. Robs Reading of 1, if not 2 runs, and that will retire the side in the 6th. Reading does get a run. They had no hits, no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. We'll go to the 7th. Reading up 3-1 on the Art Phil's Radio Network.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job. Everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Be the first to know everything about your Red and Fightin' Phils by signing up for the Baseball Town Insider email newsletter. Once you become a Baseball Town Insider, you will receive breaking news about Fightin's promotions, including giveaways and guest appearances, special events, exclusive offers, and discounts on tickets and merchandise, just for being a Baseball Town Insider. Visit Fightins.com to sign up for this free email newsletter. Baseball Town Insider. Stay in the loop and become a member today.
Top of the 7th, 3-1 ball game. Reading leads, and to take you through the rest of it, it's my broadcast partner, Bob McCool.
Thank you very much, Jake. Andrew Schultz back out there to face the Fisher Cats as the Phils have now extended their lead to 3-1. Schultz will face Andres Sosa, Trevor Schwecke, and Michael Turconi. That is 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Fisher Cats here in this 7th inning. Schultz worked himself out of a jam in that 6th inning with a fine double play by Nick Ward at third base and a diving stop to his left. Got up to throw to Oliver Dunn, and then the relay in time to end the 6th inning on the double play. And the first pitch from Andrew Schultz to Andres Sosa is over for a called strike, and the second one actually hit him. Sosa kind of leaned out into it and actually leaned into it, and it caught him, I believe, on the hand. So he's a base runner to lead off this 7th inning. On base for the second time is Andres Sosa. And so they'll bring up Trevor Schwecke. Schwecke grounded out to third base both of his plate appearances so far in this one. Trevor Schwecke's had a couple of stops at Buffalo over the course of the last 2 seasons, the AAA affiliate for the Toronto Blue Jays, as he fouls the first pitch out. Last year spent time at 3 levels, started the season at High A Vancouver, then played 39 games for the Fisher Cats and played the final 19 games in AAA last year. And had a few games at AAA this year as well. This one he starts and stops. Cody Roberts with a bluff throw down to keep Andres Sosa from wandering too far off the first base bag. And Tristan Garnett is now up and warming up in the Phil's bullpen. The big lefty warming up. No balls and 2 strikes now to Trevor Schwecke. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Foul tip, but Cody Roberts hangs on. And Trevor Schwecke is arguing about something. I think it was the pitch before that in which they called out a strike and Schwecke didn't think it was, or he didn't swing. And so that's the argument now. Cesar Martin, the manager for the Fisher Cats, is also going to come in and have a conversation with home plate umpire Kevin Manzuk. That's the argument. I mean, he clearly swung at that pitch, but I think the issue was what happened on pitch number 2. And they said he went around, so it was no balls and 2 strikes, and so now he is a strikeout victim. First strikeout for Andrew Schultz since coming on for Mick Abel. That is 1 down now here in the 7th. Abel went 5 innings, 2 hits, a run, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. And so now Andrew Schultz, an inning and a third, as the conversation now is going to be between the umpires. Cesar Martin has convinced Kevin Manzuk to go talk to his cohorts on the umpires. And now it looks like the answer will be given back that says they agree with me. Strike 3. So Schwecke is retired. And a big out there for Andrew Schultz. It'll bring up Michael Turconi. Turconi has struck out both of his plate appearances so far tonight. Turconi playing in his 15th game as a New Hampshire Fisher Cat. And started and stopped and over for a called strike to the left-hand hitter. Turconi, one of 3 left-hand hitters in tonight's lineup. Now he's going to call timeout and argue a little bit with the balls and strikes, although from our vantage point, it looked like a pitch it around the letters and a strike. There has been some arguments with the strike zone tonight, but from what we've seen in our reports, it looks the pitches have been pretty close. There's a swing and a miss to Turconi, and he is quickly in a no balls and 2 strike hole. Andres Sosa takes his lead off. Pitch tries to get him a chase up high, and Turconi lays off. So it's 1-2 now. Turconi, 24 years of age. 15th round draft pick of the Blue Jays out of Wake Forest in 2022. This one lifted into shallow center field, actually left center field. De La Cruz can't get it. It's going to roll off the fence. Martin is going to wave around Andre Sosa, and he will make it home without a throw. An RBI double for Michael Turconi. And the Fisher Cats get one back. It's now a 3-2 game.
Good piece of hitting there from Turconi. Goes the other way on a 90-mile-an-hour pitch at the bottom of the zone. Crushed it well. 97 off the bat, 356, and De La Cruz just unable to run it down.
Yeah, De La Cruz playing Turconi around the other way. It just couldn't get there when the ball hit into left center field. So it's an RBI double for Turconi. His first double in Double-A and his 6th RBI. And more importantly for the Fisher Cats, they're back to within 1 as Devontae Brown now bats. Brown doubled and popped up in his 2 plate appearances so far. His first Double-A at bat was a line drive double in the left center field. So the tying run now at second base for New Hampshire. 1 out here in the 7th. 3-2 Phils on top. And now 2 balls and no strikes to the 9-hole hitter Devontae Brown. So Schultz got himself in some trouble in last inning, but got out of it with the double play, and he's back in trouble here in the 7th. And Tristan Garnett is up and loosening in the Phils bullpen. Fitz Stadler still loosening up in the Fisher Cats bullpen. I would assume that he'll pitch the 7th for New Hampshire as Schultz misses again up high. It's now 3-0. That's way inside, almost hit him. That's ball 4. That might be it for Schultz. With the left-hander Alan Roden up at the plate. And here comes the manager, Al Padrique, out. He has already made the call to the bullpen. Our Alvernia University Golden Wolves call the bullpen. We'll bring in left-hander Tristan Garnett when we come back on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the R Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksorus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R Phils.
There's a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience filled with family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 21st through the 24th for the induction of Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland as the class of 2023. Visit baseballhall.org today for the entire schedule. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
So it is indeed Tristan Garnett who comes in out of the Phils bullpen, and he walks into a pickle. First and second, and 1 out. A run already across for the Fisher Cats. Phils on top 3-2 as Tristan Garnett comes in out of the bullpen for the 9th time since his call up from Jersey Shore. Top of the order, and Alan Roden at the plate. Roden 0 for 3 so far on the night. Left-handed hitter facing the left-handed pitching of Tristan Garnett. First pitch up high for a ball. Garnett 6'6", 240-pound, 25-year-old lefty, originally from Portland, Oregon. Went undrafted out of Cal State Dominguez Hills in college. And that one's over for a called strike. Roden didn't think so. Garnett shaking his head on the mound, saying, yeah, well, no, it was 2-0. I stands corrected. So Garnett shook his head yes, thinking I thought he got the call, but he did not. It's 2-0. That one does indeed catch the plate, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Garnett's been excellent this year. has not allowed an earned run. Lefties are hitting 125 against him. Righties 083.
Takes a look back at second. Comes with his 2-1 pitch. Roden beats that one foul.
Nice play by Tyler Henson.
Yeah. Didn't have to move a muscle. He checked the scouting report before just to make sure he didn't have to move for the next pitch. Tyler Henson always with that one step up on the top step of the dugout. 2-2 pitch. Hit down the first baseline. Wingrove, the first baseman, to second for one. The relay gets away from the pitcher, and that's going to allow the tying run to score. They got the lead, the middle runner at second base, and then Casey Martin tried to get it to the pitcher, Garnett, covering, and airmailed the throw away. And on the play, the Fisher Cats get the run that ties the game at 3.
Yeah, it's a fielder's choice 3-6, and then an E6 that allows the runner to score. Probably one of those where it's a tough play. Garnett's, kind of behind the play a little bit. You're probably best just eating that, taking the second out, and living to see the next one.
So Roden is now at second base on the error. It's not an RBI, as Miguel Geraldo now bats. But it is a tie ball game, and now the go-ahead run for the Fisher Cats is at second base with 2 outs. And Miguel Geraldo, the batter. Geraldo 0 for 2 so far on the night. He did walk earlier. And the 0-1 pitch is into dirt. Good block by Cody Roberts. Not far enough away for Roden to advance. 3-3 ball game. Top half of the 7th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike on the hitter, Miguel Geraldo. Beats this one foul. Did like the play by Rickson Wingrove at first base. Made the right play, made the right decision, threw the ball where he should to Casey Martin. But to Jake's point, probably a play that Casey Martin holds on to and look at first and third and 2 outs. And Geraldo fouls it again at the plate. Stays 1 ball and 2 strikes to the batter. Phil's bullpen is quiet. Fitz Stadler should be good and loose by now in the Fisher Cat bullpen to pitch the bottom half of the 7th inning. This one bounces up there. Roberts can't find it. That's going to allow Roden to move up to third base. So now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away for New Hampshire. And the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Miguel Geraldo. So a throwing error that allows Roden to get to second, and now a wild pitch puts him at third. And again, Geraldo fouls the ball at the plate.
Both those runs charged to Schultz. Currently 2 runs both earned against Andrew Schultz.
Beats this one to third. Nick Ward up with it. He'll make the throw into dirt, but dug out nicely by the first baseman, Rickson Wingrove, and that'll do it for the for the Fisher Cats in the 7th. But they do put 2 runs across. They do it on 1 hit. There was 1 costly error and 1 man left. 7th inning stretch time in Baseball Town, now tied at 3.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the R-Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania. where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks Retail Store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R-Phils.
There's a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience filled with family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 21st through the 24th for the induction of Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland as the class of 2023. Visit baseballhall.org today for the entire schedule. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Yeah, Vernon University Golden Wolves called to the bullpen for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Will bring in Fitz Sadler, 6'9" right-hander. As the Phils and the Fisher Cats are now tied at 7 as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Alongside Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. It'll be the top of the order, and Nick Ward, first one to face Sadler, and his first pitch to Ward is outside for a ball. Ward 0 for 2 on the night, did walk back into third inning, also struck out and popped up in the infield. Bottom half of the 7th inning here in Baseball Town, presented to you by Swartz Culleton, representing injury victims in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. If you've been injured, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Nick Ward fouls this one out of play to count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Fitz Stadler, his 18th appearance, 2.08, 4.34 ERA, 18 2/3 innings, 19 hits, 18 walks, 22 strikeouts, and 284 opponent's batting average.
And Nick Ward bounces this one right to the on-deck hitter, Carlos De La Cruz. De La Cruz said, I learned that from Tyler Henson, fielding it on a hop. And then he tosses it into the dugout. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Nick Ward. That one's outside. It's 2-2. Stadler, 26 years of age, originally from Glenville, Illinois. Drafted by the Blue Jays out of Arizona State in 2018. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. D-Reich 3, and Nick Ward is a strikeout victim.
First strikeout for Stadler. Adrian Hernandez won an inning, gave a hit, a run earned, 3 walks, no strikeouts. Felt like he got himself into more trouble, which he did, but was able to work around those 3 walks and only give up the 1 run.
So that'll bring up Carlos De La Cruz, a solo home run back in the 1st inning. Also struck out and flew out to center field in his other 2 plate appearances. First pitch from Stadler is up and into De La Cruz. It's 1-0. Oliver Dunn in the on-deck circle, the top 3 hitters in the Phils lineup here in the 7th. Big swing at the off-speed pitch, and De La Cruz now in a 1 ball and 1 strike count. That one's there for the fastball, and it's over for a called strike. It's 1-2. Stadler missed all of last season, was on the disabled list, and only was activated after rehab assignment on June 15th of this season. This one back through the box, slowed down and into center field. Went through the legs of Stadler and then through the glove of Geraldo and into center field for Carlos De La Cruz. He's on board. We'll see how they call it.
It's going to be an error on the second baseman, Miguel Geraldo, so that'll be his 14th error of the season.
Said it last inning and say it again. The walks and now an error. The Phils have had their opportunities in these last couple innings, and now they got to make them pay as Oliver Dunn will stand in. Dunn struck out a couple times and walked and scored a run back into 6th inning. Swings at the first pitch from Stadler and misses it. Oliver team high RBIs with 77, looking for his first one of this series. The go run now at first base and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. This one lined into center field. That's going to be a base hit. De La Cruz will take a turn and put on the brakes. Oliver Dunn with a base hit, 3rd hit of the night for the Phils.
Yeah, it felt like a big hit for Dunn. Got a Allstate bridge, pretty much center cut, and he serves it up the other direction for a base hit, and Reading has first and second now for Ethan Wilson.
Ethan Wilson with a sacrifice fly and an RBI his last time up. Hit the ball in the outfield all 3 times. A couple of flyouts to right field, and then the fly ball to left field for the sacrifice fly, his 55th RBI of the season. 2 men on, 1 out now for the Phils. And the cleanup hitter at the plate in the left-hand hitting of Ethan Wilson. Stadler from the stretch takes a look back at second. Way inside with the fastball. It's 1-0.
Feels like a big moment in this game. You have the middle of your lineup up. You got runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs. New Hampshire punch. See if you can counter punch here.
1-0 pitch. That's there for a strike. I think Wilson was anticipating getting the off-speed pitch at 1-0. Couldn't pull the trigger. Defense plays Wilson pretty much straight away and deep in the outfield. Fisted in the infield, going to be a tough play. Geraldo, the second baseman, makes the play at first in time. The 2 lead runners move up. De La Cruz to third, Dunn to second.
Yeah, tough play for Geraldo, but he makes it nicely. Back-to-back tough plays for him. Had the error and then gets the put out there. So 2 outs for Radcliffe. Just need a single here if you're Radcliffe. He's homered, he's walked twice, so he's had 3 great at-bats. He's seeing the ball well tonight. See if he can tack on another here.
Conversation on the mound now between the catcher, Andre Sosa, and the pitcher, Stadler. This could be about how they want to approach Barron Radcliffe. Yeah, Radcliffe with the monster home run back in the second inning, his 8th, and then has walked, as Jake said, the last 2 times up. So do they talk about pitching around him, putting him on base, and going after Marcus Lee Sang?
Who did double last time up.
Correct. We'll see what the approach is now for the Fisher Cats. De La Cruz at third, Dunn at second. Tie ball game in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 outs. First pitch. Radcliffe gets a pitch and fouls it out of play. So that wasn't the conversation in terms of pitching around him, because that was right there for Radcliffe on the inside corner. No balls and a strike. This one lifted down the third baseline and sailing foul over the left field grandstand. So Barron Radcliffe now in no balls and 2 strikes hole. Home run for Radcliffe back in the second inning, his 18th RBI. Looking to add to that here. Misses outside, 1-2.
Gutsy take by Radcliffe. It was out, but not by much. And you never know nowadays if you're going to get that call or not.
He's had 2 good at-bats, his last 2 with the walks. So might be seeing the ball pretty well right now. Let's see what happens. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Stadler works out any further trouble. For the Phils in the 7th, no runs. 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left. 7 complete. It's New Hampshire 3, Reading 3.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that'll bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your visit today at baseballhall.org.
Fightin Phil's birthday package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you're a youngster or an adult, there's no better birthday than a Fightin Phil's birthday. The Fightin Fan birthday package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $130. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
We head to the 8th, tied at 3, New Hampshire and Reading. Fisher Cats won game 1 of this 6-game series last night by a score of 6-3. We're tied at 3 as we head to the 8th alongside Jake Starr. My name is Bob McCool. Tristan Garnett back out there for the Fightins on the mound. He'll face the 3, 4, and 5 batters due up for New Hampshire. Damiano Palmigiani, Will Robinson, and Rainer Nunez. And the first pitch to Palmigiani is fouled straight back. Palmigiani 1 for 3 on the night with a single his last time up. Tristan Garnett, the left-hander, pitching from the stretch, 0-1 pitch. Catches the outside corner, it's no balls and 2 strikes. Both bullpens are quiet right now. Oh, 2 pitch. Tap fouled on the third base line. Cesar Martinez will chase it down. Third-year manager for the Fisher Cats. Tosses it into the third base grandstands. 0-2 pitch. Way up high, and it's 1-2. This one lined into left field and falling fast and on the chalk. It's an extra base hit for Palmigiani. Marcus Lee Sang has to run it down into the corner. Palmigiani rounds second. It'll put on the brakes. It's a leadoff double.
Back-to-back at-bats with base hits for Palmigiani. Had a single in the 6th. That one he just serves. Wasn't hit hard down the left field line. Almost thought about 3 because it landed so shallow and slowly rolled to the wall. Lee Sang had a long run to get to it, but they hold him to 2. But now you have to work around a leadoff base runner. Tristan Garnett is not allowed an earned run yet in his Reading tenure, but that'll get tested here.
Second double of the series for Palmigiani, his 25th of the season, and the dangerous Will Robertson at the plate. Robertson on base twice tonight, solo home run back in the 2nd and walked in the 6th. First pitch from lefty on lefty. Garnett, the left-handed pitcher, to the left-handed hitting Will Robertson, is up high for a ball. And second pitch is also up high for a ball. Will Robertson, one of 2 players on this New Hampshire roster who played their college baseball at Creighton. The leadoff man, Alan Roden, also played at Creighton University. So they were once Blue Jays and hope to be future Blue Jays. 2-0 pitch is driven into right field. Fair or foul down the first base line and hooking foul and onto the pool deck. Will Robertson put one earlier on the Redners Event Center. Now we just put one on the Reading Hospital Tower Health pool deck, but fortunately for the Phils, it was fouled. It's 2-1. Garnett right back with a pitch, and that one's up high. It's 3-1. Robertson had the home run earlier in this ball game off of Mick Abel, the only run that Abel surrendered in his 5 innings, the 14th home run of the year for Robertson. Swing and a miss at one in the dirt, gets away from Cody Roberts. That's going to allow Palmigiani to move up to third base now.
Goes down as a wild pitch against Tristan Garnett. So in a tie ball game in the 8th, that'll bring the infield up for Reading.
Count now full to Robertson. So he's just looking for something he can get out into outfield grass somehow or another, get that lead run home. Palmigiani will take his lead off of third. 3-2 pitch. Ripped down the first base line and foul. So Robertson all over the pitches right now from Garnett. Fortunately for the Phils, 2 hard hit balls, both foul. That one misses outside, ball 4.
Runners on the corners. Looks like the infield will stay up. Here comes Al Pedrique. There's nobody in the Reading bullpen. So usually you don't see the manager, especially in Pedrique's case, come out for a conversation here, but the whole infield will come in. So see, there's a bit of strategizing and maybe just a bit of a settle down of Garnett too.
Yeah, it could be a couple of things. I'm sure settling down Garnett is probably priority number one. Could also be that if Robertson takes off for second base for a steal attempt, whether or not you're going to throw down to second, whether or not you make sure of the double steal, how to handle that situation if it comes in. So probably a number of different things that Al Pedrique can talk about, because this isn't just about Will Robertson, or isn't just about Tristan Garnett, because he does have his entire infield around him. Conversation on the mound is over. Looks like Andrew Baker is going to get up in the Phil's bullpen. Rainier Nunez, it will be the hitter now for the Fisher Cats. 2 on, nobody out in a tie ball game in the top half of the 8th inning. Runners at the corners for the New Hampshire. Nunez 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch, swing and a miss.
Yeah, it looks like the corners are about even with the bag. The middle plays a little bit more than halfway up. So they're up, but they're not all the way up.
That one's in the dirt. So yeah, if it's a slow roller, you come home. If it's a hard hit ball, you turn 2.
Basically banking on you got 6 outs to work with. Hopefully you can get at least 1 offensively.
Actually, it's not Andrew Baker who gets up in the Phil's bullpen. It's Jordy Martinez who gets up. And this one, a cue shot down the first baseline. It's foul ball.
If it was fair, it would have been fieldable for Wingrove. I don't know if it was hit hard enough. Just
Right.
40 off the bat, miles per hour. I don't think they would have had a play at home.
Palmigiani, the runner at third. He doubled. Will Robertson at first. He walked. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nunez. It looks like he must have broken his bat. Either he broke it or he wanted a new one or the other. He went back to the dugout.
New piece of lumber for Nunez.
Definitely looks like a different piece of wood. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Rainer Nunez. Go with a pickoff attempt. Robertson gets back. Line drive and over the glove of Casey Martin and into left field for a base hit, and the Fisher Cats will take the lead.
Well, truly the definition of the fact that baseball is a game of inches. That one was maybe 2-3 inches over the mitt of Martin. He secures that one. Trajectory of this inning is completely different than it is now.
So that will bring up Andre Sosa with the Fisher Cats now on top 4-3, and still nobody out here in this 8th inning. First and second, and Andre Sosa bats. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Walked. Last time up was hit by a pitch and came around to score a run. First pitch, way outside for a ball. Tristan Garnett now does surrender his first earned run since coming to Reading. Now the Phils are looking to get out of any further damage here in the 8th. And a 1-0 pitch is low for a ball. It's 2-0. So another lefty and Jordy Martinez warming up in the Phils bullpen. Big swing, no contact from Sosa. The count now 2 balls and a strike. This one popped foul and out of play. So Garnett has now come back to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Takes a look back at second. Comes to the plate, 2-2. Down the third base line, off the glove of Nick Ward, and will roll in foul territory. That's going to allow Robertson to score yet another Fisher Cat run. It's now 5-3.
Probably a base hit. It was a tough play for Ward, but one that he was upset, thought he should have made, and he's made a lot of impressive plays tonight. So I'm going to go down as actually an error against Nick Ward. So that's his third of the year, and extends the lead now. It's 5-3.
So not an RBI for Sosa. He's at first base. Nunez now at second. Still nobody out. And here comes the manager, Al Padrique. And that's going to be it for Tristan Garnett. So a couple of runs across for New Hampshire, and they still don't have an out yet in the inning. And so the Phils will make the Alvernia University Golden Wolves call the bullpen. We'll talk about it when we come back to FirstEnergy Stadium after this.
Baseball fans, introducing Bally Live, the only app where minor league baseball fans can score major rewards. When you stream your favorite teams live, you'll score rewards. When you chat with friends during a watch party, you'll score rewards. And when you test your skills at trivia, you'll score rewards. Being a fan of minor leagues has never been so rewarding. So what are you waiting for? Download Bally Live for free from the app or Play Store and start scoring rewards today.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Baseball Town Charities is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization founded to keep baseball alive in Reading. Youngsters can benefit from the many life lessons the game can offer. Baseball Town Charities currently supports kids and adults with mental and physical disabilities through the Baseball Dream League. Baseball Town Charities also supports inner-city baseball development through the Rip It for Life program, which provides growth both on and off the baseball field. For more information, please visit baseballtown.org.
The Alvernia University Golden Wolves call the bullpen. Will bring in left-hander Jordy Martinez. And just like Tristan Garnett did in the previous inning, he works himself into quite the predicament. 2 on, still nobody out. 2 runs already in for New Hampshire. They have taken a 5-3 lead in this 8th inning. And now it'll be Trevor Schwecke who will be the first one to face Martinez.
Martinez making his 4th appearance in a Reading uniform. No earned runs allowed in 3 1/3 pitch so far.
First pitch from him is outside for a ball. Martinez called up from Jersey Shore on August the 19th. Comes with his 1-0 pitch to Trevor Schwecke, who lifts this one foul and out of play. Schwecke 0 for 3 on the night, couple of groundouts and a strikeout. At Jersey Shore, Martinez appeared in 39 games, 1-1 with a 3.97 earned run average. He had 5 holds, he had 3 saves, 59 strikeouts, 27 walks in 47 2/3 innings. 1-1 pitch, swing and a foul tip from Schwecke, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schwecke upset with himself as he comes up empty on that pitch. Bill's looking for an out somewhere. Runners at first and second, and nobody out here in the 8th. Slow roller that's foul. Schwecke stays alive. Tapped towards Martin at short. He'll flip to second for 1. The relay is in time. And so Jordy Martinez comes out of the bullpen and gets a 6-4-3 double play.
That's big. Great pitch from Martinez. Gets the ground ball off the bat of Schwecke, and a great start by Martin at short, and a great turn from Dunn at second.
On the play, Rainer Nunez moves up to third base. And now with 2 outs, Michael Turconi will bat. First pitch to the left-hander is over for a called strike. Turconi 1 for 3 on the night, with an RBI double his last time up, and also scored a run. 2 runs in the 7th, and now 2 runs so far here in the 8th for the Fisher Cats. There's a swing and a miss, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Michael Turconi. Bills led this one 3-1. Fisher Cats have changed it now to their favorite 5-3. Here in the top of the 8th. 0-2 to Turconi. Down the first base line, Mick Wixon-Wingrove will make the play all by himself, and they get out of any further damage. Great job by Martinez. New Hampshire in the 8th. 2 runs. They do it on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 left. The Fisher Cats now on top, 5-3 when we come back to Baseball Town.
Baseball fans, introducing Bally Live, the only app where minor league baseball fans can score major rewards. When you stream your favorite teams live, you'll score rewards. When you chat with friends during a watch party, you'll score rewards. And when you test your skills at trivia, you'll score rewards. Being a fan of minor leagues has never been so rewarding. So what are you waiting for? Download Bally Live for free from the app or Play Store and start scoring rewards today.
Berk's Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Baseball Town Charities is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization founded to keep baseball alive in Reading. Youngsters can benefit from the many life lessons the game can offer. Baseball Town Charities currently supports kids and adults with mental and physical disabilities through the Baseball Dream League. Baseball Town Charities also supports inner-city baseball development through the Rip It for Life program, which provides growth both on and off the baseball field. For more information, please visit baseballtown.org.
So for the second straight night, the Phils will try to mount a comeback here in Baseball Town. They trail 5-3. Phils were unable to do so last night. They lost 6-3 in the opener of the series. Now Marcus Lee Sang will lead it off for the Fightins here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch Stadler back out there. First pitch is a comebacker right to the mound. And the 6'9 right-hander will make the flip to Nunez, covering at first base for out number 1 on 1 pitch.
Excellent reflexes by Stadler. Just stabbed right at it, and pretty much momentum was taking him already towards the bag. So easy couple of hops and a flip over.
So 1 out, that'll bring up Casey Martin, who's 0 for 3 on the night. Jake, by the way, you're familiar with the terminology of once in a blue moon, correct?
Yeah, there's a blue moon tonight, right?
There is, a super blue moon. I'm trying to see it, but from our vantage point, we can't see it. They say it is the brightest moon you will see, and the first blue moon since 2020, 3 years ago. The next one, I think, is another 3 years from now. It's also a beer, but I just wasn't sure which one you knew, the actual blue moon or the beer.
I know all of them.
Pitch outside from Stadler. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
Did you know that a blue moon actually isn't blue?
That's true. It is not.
It looks, like the color of the actual moon.
Correct. It's just brighter.
I don't know what color we describe that as. Beige, kind of?
2 balls and no strikes. That one's outside, and now it's 3-0 to Casey Martin.
I don't know. What color is the moon?
Well, they say it's, made out of cheese, so you would think it's yellow. It's not really yellow, though. It's probably a little closer to off-white. How's that? Let's just go with off-white.
Isn't that beige?
Yeah. That one's up high. Casey Martin works a walk. So good at bat there for Casey Martin in the sense that he gets on base. That's his job. Get on base. Bring the tying run to the plate in the presence of big Rickson Wingrove.
Google says it's dark gray, but it's more of a dark gray mixed with some white, black, and even a little bit of orange. So.
But they say this moon is so bright that in some spots it'll actually cast a shadow, a la the sun, which is kind of impressive. There's a song that one, Moon Shadow.
So if you tell me if we turn out the lights, we should still be able to see.
Find out. Stick around. I'll tell you what. You stick around here till about 11:30, 12 o'clock night. You let me know tomorrow whether or not you can see your shadow.
I'll keep you updated. Like the groundhog.
That's right. See if it'll be 6 more weeks of baseball. 1-0 to Rickson Wingrove. Ripped down the right field line, but hooking foul. Rickson Wingrove all over it, but he ripped it foul.
Yeah, I mean, he crushed it. 108 off the bat, 371 feet. Hit one in a similar spot during BP yesterday, right towards the players' parking lot. So you hope that no players or coaches' cars were harmed in the process. I can tell you Wingrove's car is not harmed. He walks to the stadium every day, so he doesn't have to worry.
Wingrove walked his last 2 times up. Still looking for his first double-A hit. Swinging a foul tip there. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Casey Martin, the runner at first base. Phil's down by 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. Wingrove hit 15 home runs in Jersey Shore. One-two pitch. Up high, ball 2. It's 2-2. Phil's have some beef now. You got Wingrove at 6'4", 260. Baron Radcliffe is 6'4", 225. Of course, De La Cruz has been here all year, and he's 6'9".
Have a pretty good basketball team.
That's exactly right.
Football, maybe.
2-2 now to Wingrove. Foul tip stays alive. Although Rickson might want to play Australian rules football. That's a whole other game. A lot more laterals involved in that.
You can punt, too. Lots of punting.
True. That's true.
I mean, a lot of NFL punters are from Australia for that reason.
He doesn't look like a punter, though.
No.
A right tackle? Yeah. Punter? No. 2 balls and 2 strikes to him. Runner takes off. The ball all the way to the backstop. That'll allow Casey Martin to get all the way around second just in case, but now he's in scoring position.
Martin gets a stolen base out of that since he was running, so number 5 of the year. He's 5 for 7, and the count's full to Rickson Wingrove.
He's been very patient on these last couple of bats. Now he's got the count worked to full again. See if he gets a pitch he can hit. Casey Martin will take his lead off a second. 1 out here in the 8th. Now time called. That's called actually by the catcher. Andre Sosa called that timeout. Three-two pitch coming from Fitz Stadler. Swing and a miss. Gets away from the catcher. He'll make the throw down to first in time, but that does allow Casey Martin to move up to third base. Now there's 2 outs here in the 8th.
No, I mean, that's great heads-up base running by Casey Martin. He was pretty far off the bag, and he saw Sosa was pretty much tunneled in on first, so he took off to third. Probably should have went to third if you're Sosa, but ball did get decently away from him, so they got the sure out of first, and here's Cody Roberts in a big spot.
That's the 3rd strikeout for Stadler since coming on in the 7th inning. Now Cody Roberts trying to come up with a big spot here. The man on 3rd and 2 outs. First pitch outside for a ball. Roberts 0 for 3 so far on the night. Bill's looking to cut the deficit in half. This one into center field. Will Robertson will come in. He'll make the catch without a problem for out number 3. For the Phils in the 8th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. 8 complete. On the Reading Fightin Phils Radio Network, it's 5-3 New Hampshire.
White Star Tours and Travel Centers offers the Our Phils fan road trip again this season. It's your chance to hit the road with other Our Phils fans, see an Our Phils road game, meet with an Our Phils player, and also see an Iron Pigs and Phillies road game. The White Star Our Phils road trip visits Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland from Thursday, July 20th until Sunday, July 23rd. See the Our Phils in Altoona Thursday, meet with an Our Phils player or coach, then head to Toledo Friday and Cleveland Saturday to see many former Fightins in action. The trip heads back to Reading on Sunday. Visit the customer service booth for more info on the White Star Our Phils fan road trip to Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland. Space is very limited, so sign up today.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin Phils game ticket for only $21. This selection includes barbecue chicken sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, cookies, and so much more. Drinks feature all Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL. Order online at rphillies.com or visit the Customers Bank ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Jimmy G's Railroad House Sports Bar and Restaurant in Sinking Spring is a family-friendly neighborhood sports bar and award-winning restaurant serving the Berks County area
Unlike any
for
other
many
area.
years. Catch a game on their 26 high-definition televisions and come try the delicious food, drink menu. Relax and enjoy an evening at the Railroad House. Conveniently located at 152 Woodrow Avenue in Sinking Spring, Jimmy G's Railroad House is a proud Fightin' Phil's team feed partner. Tonight's attendance here in Baseball Town, 3,650 watching baseball, presented to you by PSECU, proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. Jordy Martinez, who did an exceptional job to get out of damage in the 8th inning, will come back out here to work the 9th inning for the Fightins. Facing Devontae Brown. First pitch to him is over for a called strike. Brown takes the second also for a called strike. Devontae Brown on base twice tonight in his Double-A debut. Started with a double. Also walked back in the 8th inning. 1 for 2 officially on the night. Now in an 0-2 hole. And that one's way up high. 1-2. Jordy Martinez inherited a two-on, nobody out situation after New Hampshire scored 2 runs in the 8th inning to take the lead in this game. Got a double play and a ground out to get out of the damage. And that one's over for a called strike 3. 1 down here in the 9th inning.
Good start from Martinez, and look, the job's simple for him. Keep it a 2-run game. You have the top of the lineup up next inning, so give yourselves a fighter's chance. They don't call him the Fightin' Phils for no reason.
That'll bring up the top of the order and Alan Roden. Roden 0 for 4 on the night. Was safe last time up on a fielder's choice and an error that kind of opened up a little bit of a floodgate in this game in New Hampshire's favor. As I mentioned, Roden as well as Will Robertson, both former Creighton Blue Jays. Roden drafted by the Toronto last year, 2022, the 3rd round out of Creighton, where he was the Big East co-player of the year. He's, however, in a no balls and 2 strike count now to Jordy Martinez.
How many guys go from the mascot of their college, the same mascot as their pro organization? Blue Jay to Blue Jay.
0-2 pitch. He's up high for a ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Saves on some merchandise. If you can, keep some of your college stuff, you can
just get some duct tape and put Toronto over Creighton. Like you can do for Carson Wentz jersey now. Let's put duct tape and write Brown on the back.
Right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So as Roden fouls that one at the plate, stays alive. There are no college teams who are called the Phillies. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not off the top of my head.
1 ball and 2 strikes now to Alan Roden. Over for a called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 9th.
And he called the Nittany Lions in the pros?
No,
No?
I know of.
There's the
Lions
Lions.
for sure, but no Nittany's.
A few former Penn Staters play for Detroit, so
true.
Just get rid of the Nittany, and you're still on the Lions.
Miguel Geraldo now bats for the Fisher Cats. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. Geraldo's been on base once tonight by way of a walk, 0 for 3 on the night, 1 for 8 now in the series. 1-0 pitch. It's outside corner for a called strike 1. As Jake said, the Phils will have the top of the order coming up in the bottom of the 9th. And now time called at the plate by Geraldo. This one fouled out of play and a late swing.
Thankfully into some empty seats. That was hard off the bat.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Geraldo. Phils will send Zach Hockey to the mound tomorrow, right-hander. As of now, the Fisher Cats have not named their starter for tomorrow. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Geraldo as Martinez misses outside. And Geraldo stays alive, fouling that one out of play. 6:45 first pitch tomorrow night here at the ballpark. 6 o'clock, the Tompkins Plaza will open up, allow fans to enter into the ballpark. 2-2 pitch is lined on the first base line and slicing foul and out of play. Corrado staying alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big weekend plan here at the ballpark as always, including a salute to 90s night on Saturday and Mega Blast fireworks. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Jordy Martinez ends up striking out the side of Fisher Cats here in the 9th. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Phils need 2 for the tie and the 3 for the walk-off W.
Unlike any other area in FirstEnergy Stadium, the Savage 61 Dugout Suite puts you in the closest seat to the action on the field. Located just a few feet from the diamond on the first base side with covered seating, abilities of motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around. Your group will thank you over and over again for this one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite start at $27 and include options to add food and drink packages. The ProMax Fence Systems Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks. In a festive atmosphere with a bird's-eye view of the visiting bullpen, regular season tickets are $34 for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at FirstEnergy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you a front row seat to all the action out of the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with a large see-through net. Starting at $34, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit rphils.com or call us at 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
We head to the 9th. The Fightin Phils, as we said going to break, need 2 for the tie and 3 for the walk-off. They'll do so facing a new pitcher. The Alberta University Golden Wolves call the bullpen for the Fisher Cats. Will bring in right-hander Trevor Clifton. And he will be facing Nick Ward, Carlos De La Cruz, and Oliver Dunn, the top of the order for the Fightin Phils. Trevor Clifton making his 7th appearance for New Hampshire. He's 0-1 with a 5.73 earned run average. 11 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, 6 walks. He's also surrendered 2 home runs. He does have 1 hold, does not have a save, and he's in position to pick up 1 here for the Fisher Cats, who lead it 5-3. Nick Ward 0 for 3 on the night. And the first pitch to him, lifted into left field. Long run for Alan Roden towards foul territory, and he will not get there. Battling foul territory and the bullpen in for New Hampshire, and Roden could not get there, and Ward's still alive. Trevor Clifton is 28 years of age. Was originally drafted by the Chicago Cubs back in 2013 out of high school in Tennessee. He elected free agency in 2019, and then when the COVID season hit in 2020, he opted to retire. And now the pitch to Ward is low for a ball. So he retired in 2020, started working out again, started to get a little more velocity on the fastball, and decided he wanted to come back, and he was signed playing independent baseball in Ottawa by the Toronto Blue Jays on August the 4th. Swing and a miss, and Nick Ward is behind 1 ball and 2 strikes, and there's the velocity I'm talking about as Clifton brings that one at 96 on the radar gun. That brought him out of retirement, and here he is pitching in Double-A for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. The first time in organized baseball in almost 4 years, in 4 seasons. 1-2 pitch is outside, ball 2. 6'4" right-hander, 28 years of age. Facing the 27-year-old Nick Ward. That one's inside. Now the count is 2-2. Nick Ward knows a thing about playing an independent baseball. He played for the Washington Wild Wings out in western Pennsylvania in parts of 2021 and 2022 after being released by the Oakland A's. 3-2 to Ward. Fisted in the infield, slow roller towards second. Geraldo waits for it, makes the play in time at first base for out number 1 for the Fightin' Phils. Now we'll bring up Carlos De La Cruz. Carlos has been on base twice tonight. Solo home run back in the first, his 22nd of the year. Also safe on an error his last time up. A strikeout and a fly out in between. So officially 1 for 4 on the night. First pitch to him is a bit low for a ball. Catcher Andre Sosa kind of holds it there for a moment. De La Cruz started and stopped, and he's ahead 2-0. So Carlos just looking to get on base, bring the tying run to the plate somehow. Phil's down 2 here in the bottom of the 9th. 2-0 pitch. That's up high, and it's 3-0. We'll see what they opt to do here. You would think they would give De La Cruz the green light if he sees something he likes. He takes it right down the middle for a called strike. It's 3-1. And that one's over for a called strike. It's 3-2. Clifton comes back and gets that one at the knees to get the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that's outside, ball 4. So De La Cruz gets on board. That indeed does bring the tying run to the plate in the team RBI leader in Oliver Dunn. Dunn 1 for 3 on the night. Walked and scored a run back in the 6th and singled his last time up. 21 home runs on the year, 77 RBIs for Oliver Dunn as he stands in. De La Cruz takes his lead off of first, and now Clifton takes his foot off the rubber. And now we'll reset. Pitch right there for strike 1. Breeze here at FirstEnergy Stadium continues to blow out to right field with the left-handed hitting Oliver Dunn at the plate. And that's low and inside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Dunn. Oliver with a great eye, among the league leaders in walks, and that has him among the league leaders in on-base percentage as well with what he's done as a hitter on the year. Batting average up over 276 coming into today's game. 1-1 pitch is up high. It's 2-1. But Dunn can be patient here. Got himself in a good hitter's count. See something you like. Lifts this one foul and out of play down the third baseline and headed towards the left field grandstands. So count now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Oliver Dunn. Carlos De La Cruz again takes his lead off of first. First baseman Nunez does hold him on. Now Dunn's going to call timeout at the plate. I think the breeze may have blown up a little dust in Oliver's eyes, so he called the timeout. New Hampshire starts to get some activity in the bullpen just in case now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Back through the middle, off the glove of the pitcher. The shortstop will make the play at first in time. Turconi made the play off the deflection of the glove of Clifton. And Oliver Dunn doesn't think he was out at first, but they ruled him out. That's 2 down. De La Cruz moves up to second base on the fielder's choice. Good play by the shortstop, who didn't give up on the play. Clifton slowed it down, and Turconi, the shortstop, cut it off and made the play in time, they say, to get Oliver Dunn. And so the Phils are down to their last stick here in Ethan Wilson. Still represents the tying run. Swing miss to Wilson, who's 0 for 3 on the night. Did have a sacrifice fly and an RBI back in the 6th. De La Cruz, the runner now at second base. No balls and a strike to Ethan Wilson. Inside, it's 1-1. Juan Nunez is up and throwing in the Fisher Cat bullpen. He got the save in last night's game. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ethan Wilson. Swing and a foul tip. It's 1-2. So now the Phils are down to their final strike. Way up high, it's 2-2. Ethan Wilson looking for a pitch he likes. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Back through the box and off the pitcher's leg. He makes the throw to first in time. An excellent play by Trevor Clifton. He knocked it down, picked it up with his glove, and then just flipped it from his glove to the first baseman Nunez in time to get Ethan Wilson at first base to end the ball game. So the Phils with a little bit of tough luck in that inning. A couple of balls off the pitcher that turned into groundouts, and New Hampshire holds on and they win the second game of this series by a final score of 5-3. We'll take a timeout back on the Ready Fight Phils Radio Network with our postgame show right after this.
Side Auto Group Deck is a great spot for all fans of a summer picnic and great tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir, as the area is situated directly in home run territory, behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are just $32 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit rfields.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
The Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Welcome back to the postgame show where the Fightin' Phils drop a second straight in this series to the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Last night, 6-3. Tonight, a 5-3 loss, with a little bit of a different variety. Last night, the Phils fell behind early and tried to fight their way back out and never could. Tonight, they had the lead but could not hold on to it. Here's how the scoring went in this one. The Phils jumped out on top in the bottom half of the first inning. Carlos De La Cruz with a left center field blast for his 22nd home run of the season, his 60th RBI of the year. The solo home run put the Phils on top by a score of 1-0. New Hampshire came back with a home run of their own in the second. Will Robertson greeting Mick Abel in the second inning with a solo home run. That turned out to be the only run surrendered by Abel tonight in 5 innings of work. But the 14th home run of the season for Will Robertson tied the game up at 1 apiece. But the Phils changed that back in the second inning when Baron Radcliffe led it off for the Phils, and he drove one deep, and I mean deep, into right field. May have indeed reached 61. That's how deep that 8th home run of the year was for Baron Radcliffe. And the Phils were back up on top by a score of 2-1. It stayed that way. Mick Abel going 5 innings tonight, 2 hits, 1 run, and it was an earned run on the solo home run by Robertson, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. So a solid performance tonight for Mick Abel, and does not factor into the decision. Michael Dominguez also with a decent outing tonight for New Hampshire. He pitched 5 innings, gave up the 2 hits, 2 solo home runs by De La Cruz and by Radcliffe. 3 walks and 10 strikeouts on the night for Dominguez. And so the Phils then added to their lead in the 6th inning. Oliver Dunn got it started with a walk, went to second base on a pass ball, went to third base on a wild pitch, and then Ethan Wilson lifted a fly ball in the left field that allowed Oliver Dunn to tag up and score. The sacrifice fly for Ethan Wilson, his 55th RBI of the season. And the Phils now were on top by a score of 3-1. And then things changed in the 7th inning. Andrew Schultz back out for his second inning of work. Hit the first batter of the inning, Andre Sosa. Then after a strikeout, a double by Michael Turconi brought home Andre Sosa and made it a 3-2 game. And then Schultz walked the 9-hole hitter Devontae Brown to put runners at first and second and 1 out. That spelled the end of the night for Schultz, and it brought on Tristan Garnett from the Phils bullpen. Garnett induced a ground ball to first baseman Rickson Wingrove. He made the play to second to get the force out at second, but then an errant throw by the shortstop Casey Martin trying to turn it into a double play allowed Turconi to come in and score what turned out to be the tying run at 3-3. So it did go down as an unearned run, but the ball game was tied at 3, and then the Fisher Cats retook the lead in the 8th as Garnett stayed out there for the 8th inning. And Damiano Palmigiani started the 8th inning with a double. Will Robertson then walked, a wild pitch putting Palmigiani on third base. So with first and third and nobody out, Rainer Nunez then got a base hit just over the outstretched glove of Casey Martin at shortstop for an RBI. Palmigiani coming home to give the Fisher Cats the lead at 4-3. And then a ground ball off the glove of third baseman Nick Ward turned out to plate another run as Will Robertson came on to score as well and made it a 5-3 game as the Phils had 2 more shots in the 8th and the 9th. They got base runners in both the 8th and the 9th on walks, but they could not make anything happen out of it as the Phils end up stranding 10 on the base paths tonight. So the Fightin' Phils drop another one here at home. They are now 19-39. Amazing record at home for the Fightin' Phils. They are 34-29, 5 games above 500 in 2023 at home. And on the season, they are now 20 games under 500. But in the second half, they are now 3 games under 500. And obviously still with a chance to try to make somehow kind of a playoff run here in 2023 for that spot in the playoffs. But time is dwindling now for the Fightin' Phils. They are now down to their final couple of weeks of the season. They will finish up this series again on Sunday with the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Then they'll welcome Portland in. Portland, one of the teams that is ahead of the Phils in the standings, and then they'll finish up the season in Binghamton, who is right now occupying that second spot. So the Phils have the teams in front of them that they want to try to chase down to try to get that playoff spot, but they got to start finding some ways to get some wins here in Baseball Town. They'll try it again tomorrow night. Don't forget, the series with the Fisher Cats continues right up and through Sunday. And again, Saturday night is a salute to 90s night. There'll be Simpsons characters on hand and fireworks of a Mega Blast variety to finish it off. Mega Blast fireworks on Saturday night, the largest fireworks show in stadium history. And then on Sunday, when the Phils and the Fisher Cats wrap up the series at 5:15, the Philly Fanatic will be here on and to entertain you, the fans, as well. Tickets are still available at 610-370-BALL or order online at ourphils.com. Time of tonight's game, 2 hours and 58 minutes, played in front of 3,650 in Baseball Town. For New Hampshire, 5 runs on 6 hits. There was an error and 6 men left on base. For the Fightin' Phils, 3 runs on just 3 hits, 2 errors, and they left 10 men on base. Fitz Stadler gets the win tonight for New Hampshire. He is now 3-0 on the season. And Tristan Garnett suffers the loss for the Fightin' Phils, as the left-hander now goes to 1-1 on the year. And Trevor Clifton, again, signed out of independent baseball after being out of baseball for a couple years, gets his first save for the Fisher Cats in tonight's ball game. New Hampshire now 21-29 on the season. The Fightins fall to 25-28. Again, we'll do it again tomorrow night. 6:45 is our first pitch here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The Tompkins Plaza opens up at 6 o'clock. We'll be down there for our pregame show tomorrow night here in Baseball Town. For my colleague in the booth, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. Thanks as well to the manager, Al Padrique, for spending some time with us on our pregame show tonight. We'll do it again tomorrow night right back here on the Fightin' Phils Radio Network. Join us, I hope. Better yet, we'd love to see you here at the ballpark. New Hampshire 5, Reading 3. That's your final score. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night right back here in Baseball Town.